welcome to semi-final number 1 from Forfarshire Cricket Club. It's the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Qualifiers 2019. It's an absolute humdinger. We've got Ireland against Bangladesh. Absolutely cracking fixture coming up, folks. The weather is good for the first time all week. The sun is shining, bright blue clouds, no rain, which is absolutely fantastic. The ground staff have done a wonderful job getting this ground ready. The much fancied Bangladesh side have been excellent all tournament, it must be said. 3 wins from 3 for those players in the group stage, progressing with consummate ease. Ireland, on the other hand, a little bit of a topsy-turvy group stage, but they've got to the semi-final. They've got themselves in a position to qualify for the World Cup in Australia. The big prize at stake. One more win will get one of these two sides. I've got Isabel Joyce alongside me. Isabel, good morning.
Good morning, Niall. Yeah, this is a brilliant fixture ahead. I don't think these two were expecting to meet each other until the finals. Ireland would have hoped to finish top of their group, but Thailand turned them over by 2 runs in a really tight match the other day. Really exciting finish, and Thailand were the ones who held their nerve. Bangladesh, of course, winning all 3 games with relative ease. So slightly different group stages, but we had the toss earlier. Let's have a look.
You're on terms.
Hello and welcome to Forfarshire Cricket Club in Scotland for the ICC Women's World T20 Qualifier 2019. It's semi-final time and it's Ireland against Bangladesh. I have the captains Salma Khatun, Laura Delaney and third umpire Claire Polisak who'll conduct the toss.
Here we go.
Heads. Yeah, we'll have a bat, please.
Okay, Laura.
Good luck. Thank you.
If you join me, Laura. Okay, you've won the toss and what have you decided to do?
We've decided to have a bat first today. Want to put runs on the board.
Okay, what's the thinking behind that?
Yeah, I think today's kind of like a final for us, so hopefully we put runs on the board and then can just put pressure on them in the field in the second innings.
What do you think a good total is today?
I actually, anything over 100 I think is a good score. If we could get 120 we'd be really happy with that. But as the wicket's been playing the last few days, it's been quite low and slow, so anything over 100 we'd be happy with that.
Any changes today?
Yeah, we have one change. We've decided to bring Inaraymond Howie in for Celeste Rack. We've decided to go for an extra batter today.
Okay, well good luck.
Thanks a million.
Salma. So, would you have bowled first?
Yes.
Yeah, you would have. What's the thinking behind bowling first?
Yes, wicket is good, weather is good. I think his bowling is really good bowling.
Okay, and what do you hope to keep them under today? What score do you think is a chaseable total?
Yes, I think on 100 and low 100, and I think he's chasing.
Okay, any changes to your team
Yes,
today?
one changes, Cobra and out, and Aisha Rahman and in.
Okay, well good luck.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. And it's back to Niall.
Well, that's the all-important news from the coin toss. Ireland winning the toss and electing to bat. An interesting fact so far in this tournament. This venue, the team batting first has won every single game. So you would think an important toss to win, a big game, an eliminator, a knockout game, runs on the board.
Yeah, it's basically a final for these two teams. Whoever wins gets that coveted spot at the World Cup. And I was looking at the wicket earlier now and I couldn't decide what I would do if I won the toss. It's a new wicket. They don't know what it's going to do. It's quite green, so it might move around early on and make it difficult for the Ireland batters. There we have Gabby Lewis in shot with her skipper. It's looking like she's going to have a different opening partner just come into shot there. Mary Waldron moving up the order and then Kim Garth there and with their jumper on, half on. She's going to come in at 3 and she's going to be a huge player in this match. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two openers play. I'd like to see them play a little bit more within themselves at the start, looking for singles. And that's brilliant to see. Look at all those kids coming in to watch Ireland be against Bangladesh here. Lots of kids from local primary schools coming in, and hopefully there's going to be a great show for them, Niall.
Well, it should be a cracking game. I'm a big believer in eliminators and knockout games. Getting runs on the board, there's always pressure. There's going to be pressure throughout the day, yes. Get runs on the board and then squeeze second innings. Ireland don't need to aim too high with the bat. We've seen runs difficult to come by in the tournament so far. Something around the 110, 120 may well be enough. Ireland need a good power play. They don't need to set off too fast. Get a good solid platform and lay the foundation for an assault later in the innings. So interesting how Bangladesh got a wonderful bowling lineup. Bangladesh got good pace, they got a good leg spinner and a beautiful left arm spinner in Nahida Akhtar. So it's going to be difficult, but it should be a wonderful contest.
Well, one change for Bangladesh today. The off spinner, it's Khadija Tul Kubra comes out. They've gone for an extra batter, and that is it's Ayasha Rahman. She's a wonderful opening batter. Ayasha hits the ball really cleanly. She was left out last game. She comes back in today, and I think that might be because the skipper thinks that her bowling attack is good enough without the extra off spinner. She herself didn't bowl last game. Really good off spinner, really successful against Ireland. So she's going to do it herself today with the ball.
Well, the two sides, and Ireland, Gabby Lewis, a lot rests on the talented shoulders of Gabby Lewis with the bat. Wonderful batter. Had a quiet tournament so far, must be said. So you would think form is around the corner. Maybe today might be the day. Kim Garth is the key figure for Ireland with both bat and ball. Mary Waldron, very useful wicketkeeper batter, and the captain Laura Delaney. Emma Richardson's going to be good, and Leah Paul has had a good tournament so far.
Yeah, Bangladesh, how well they've done. They've got Nahida Akhtar. She's third in the wicket takers for the tournament so far. Their skipper as well is very used to these kind of pressure situations. At Salma Khatun, Jahanar Alam at the top. She'll open the bowling. Wonderful pace bowler.
Yes, folks, we're nearly there. It's semi-final number 1. Ireland against Bangladesh. The winner, of course, gets a place on the plane to Australia. Our two on-field umpires, Sue Redfern from England, Eloise Sheridan from Australia. Third umpire, Claire Polisak, also from Australia. And match referee, as always, the wonderful, the majestic Graham LeBroy from Sri Lanka.
Well, it's been quite a quiet tournament for Jahanar Alam. She hasn't taken too many wickets. She's not really bowled her full quota in any of the games, and that won't please her at all. She loves to be the strike bowler for Bangladesh. She can put it on the spot, but it's not been the wicket or the outfield for the bowlers with a bit of extra pace. She's going to have to be right on the money here, or that extra pace will cost them as the ball goes to the boundary that bit faster.
You mentioned one change in the Bangladesh side, Isabel. There's also been a change in the Ireland side. Talk us through the thought process on that.
Well, Ireland have used a lot of bowlers in every game so far, and it was batting that let them down the last day. They were 2 runs short, so they've decided to strengthen that batting lineup with Una Raymond Hoey, a wonderful fielder as well. She'll be running around and trying to tidy everything up, doing her absolute best. Huge energy from her, so it's Celeste Rack who's going to miss out. Not the easiest conditions for leg spinners this week, it has to be said. So difficult choice, no doubt, but extra batting is the way that Ireland have gone, just like Bangladesh.
Jahanara Alam is going to take the new ball from the pavilion end. We're nearly ready to go. It's a good crowd forming for this semi-final number 1. And thankfully we've got pleasant conditions, dare we say it. No rain forecast today. All being well, we've got a fresh pitch. Alam with a new ball in her hand. Swing straight away, absolutely hooping away swinger from Jahanara Alam. It looked like for a minute it was going leg side, and Mary Waldron just at the last minute digging out the Yorker.
Well, they've gone with Mary Waldron up the order. She's one of the most experienced players in the team, so they're just thinking experience in a pressure match. She has batted in every position on the Irish team, Mary Waldron, so she's got plenty of experience opening the batting but also down the order. She'll feel she knows what to do in this situation.
Swing again, sliced away. There's the third man. It'll only be a single, but good signs from Bangladesh speedster. Seam in a really good position, holding the seam upright. A little bit of a way swing, drawing Mary Waldron into the stroke. Decent stroke down a third man. Interesting, batting in every position. There's no better place in T20 cricket than up top. Get yourself in the top 2, top 3. Spend as much time at the crease as possible.
Defends single early on, and that's well run from Ireland. Gabby Lewis uncharacteristically defensive there. She likes to for freer hands early on. And I mentioned Mary Waldron batting every position. She started cricket really late. She was 22, I think, when she started playing at all. Former football international, so that was her main sport before she took up cricket. And then she just decided to play because her friend from college, Kathy Murphy, played. Jahanara looking like she's coming around the wicket now to Waldron. And Waldron won't mind that because she wants to free her hands outside off. We do have a cover fielder on the boundary, third man on the boundary, so Jahanara bowling to her field, and also I think it's kind of a third slip gully position that the skipper has herself in, looking for a catch. So expect it to be full and outside off and moving away for Jahanara.
Well, interesting tactic. So the first couple of balls are swung away around the wicket, wide slip in place. Oh, it's a good ball. It's a really good ball. And Mary Waldron will be well advised to move across her stumps, batting on middle stump. Everything's just going to swing away. Be well advised to bat maybe an off stump, even further across. Make sure you're not reaching too far for that ball.
Yeah, the angle with the added swing making it difficult for Mary Waldron there. That was her best length so far. Jahanara, she'll want to hit that one again. Really wide there, and Eloise Sheridan thinks about it, but she's decided against giving a wide. And Mary Waldron looking a little bit perplexed, but she couldn't really reach that one.
Well, Mary Waldron needs to get across her stumps here, because it's going to be very difficult for Jahanara to get an LBW from around the wicket with the ball swinging away. Needs to bat an off stump to be able to access the ball and not be reaching too far. Good start here for Bangladesh. Advancing, half a shout, nothing doing for the umpire. Good first over, Ireland 2 for no loss.
So something to think about for Jahanara's next over. It's her best start so far, Jahanara. She's up and about. She loves bowling against Ireland. It's her most experiences playing against that team. Lots of tours to Ireland for Bangladesh, so they mention that they're not used to these conditions, but they've played quite a bit in Ireland and against them, so they'll feel comfortable with their bowling plans. They'll feel comfortable against these two, and it's Ireland who've got to take on this bowler, this wonderful left arm spinner Nahida Akhtar. 7 wickets so far in the tournament, and she's been the one that's looked most confident for Bangladesh when handed the ball.
Very talented Nahida Akhtar. Almost looks like she's got the ball on a string when she's bowled this tournament. Uses her pace nicely. Varies where she releases the ball from in the crease. Gets a little bit of turn, not a huge turn of the ball, but enough. It keeps the Bangladesh keeper Jyoti in the game at all times. Already a couple of stumpings for the talented keeper for Bangladesh. Let's see if there's any purchase on this fresh wicket. There's a slip in place, which I like to see. She's going to bowl from the nursery road end. Let's see if there's any purchase with this new ball.
Wide, but straight to the fielder at point. 2 wonderful run-outs from Bangladesh in the last game from that position, so Ireland won't take that one on. She did it really well to the fielder there, Pinky, at backward point. Little bit of turn for Nahida. Looks a little bit cold. Not her best start so far this tournament, but no run from it nonetheless.
On the reverse, excellent shot. That's going to be a boundary. First boundary of the day for Ireland. That's a fantastic stroke by Gabby Lewis.
Well, that's what you get with Gabby Lewis. No fear. She's gone to the reverse straight away, and I think it's a good option for Nahida. She bowls outside off a lot. She is turning it away, and it's very difficult to drive on these wickets, although I do think if there's one person in this Irish team who can drive it, it's Gabby Lewis. She's very tall. She can get to the pitch of the ball, but that's a great option, and slip comes straight out into wide third man.
Yeah, fabulous stroke. Great to see. No fear whatsoever. Flighted, half-hearted. She got herself in trouble the last game, Gabby Lewis, when she was slightly tentative. Different player when she's aggressive, full of confidence. Can't leave anything in the locker today. It's now or never for Ireland.
down, edged and out. Taking a backward point. Gabby Lewis can't believe it. And that's Pinky a backward point. Big smiles, they know what that one means.
Well, celebrations aplenty for Bangladesh. Huge, huge wicket. Gabby Lewis has started well. Just got a boundary with the reverse sweep. Came down the pitch. Can only slice at the backward point. Simple catch, and Nahida, you can't keep her out of the game. What a talent she is with the ball. Big blow for Ireland.
Yeah, just didn't quite get to the pitch there. Lewis tried to play too straight. Probably should have gone through the covers and has taken the edge and just looped up to backward point. Disappointment for her. And that brings Kim Garth to the crease, Ireland's number 3. Really, really good sweeper of the ball. Quite a strong player. And she'll play really well to third man as well. She won't be happy to see that point in, or that slip back in. Takes out a run scoring option for her, but there is a gap at cover, and then we've got a fielder out at deep mid wicket.
Pushed through the offside. Well fielded. Bangladesh already, you can feel the squeeze by the slow bowlers. Very talented bowling outfit. Oh, they've lost an early wicket, they're under pressure. Kim Garth, very talented cricketer with bat ball in the field. Needs a big one today for Ireland.
And she's just looking for that gap in cover, unable to find it, Kim Garth, and that's the end of the second over. A fruitful one for Bangladesh after an early boundary. Ireland 6 for 1.
Yeah, I think Bangladesh, obviously favourites come into the game, but they'll be delighted with that first early wicket. Gabby Lewis, such a talent. Bangladesh will know how good a player she is. Quiet tournament though by her tall standards, Gabby Lewis. Her poor form continues, unfortunately. Mary Waldron sent up the order today, given a good opportunity. Let's see how she does. Jahanara's second over, right arm round the wicket. See if Mary Waldron has come up with a different plan than the first over when she was restrained.
Just flirting with the outside edge there, Mary Waldron. Not really committing to the shot. She's just hanging the bat out there. I'd like to see her get closer to the ball. That one a little bit closer to the stumps, but she didn't really make a good movement towards the ball. Yeah, Gabby Lewis just averaging just over 9 for the tournament, and as Ireland's strike batter, you can kind of point towards their batting as the reason why they find themselves playing Bangladesh in this semi-final rather than against Papua New Guinea in the other.
Well, Mary Waldron has just taken a new guard. I can only presume she's gone across the stumps to get an off stump. Deep third man and deep cover in play. Well bowled, wide Yorker. Mary Waldron sent up the order to give the innings a bit of impetus and a bit of composure, but 1 from 7 is not what's required in the power play. You've got to give credit to the bowler. Excellent skills around the wicket. Third man in place on a deep cover. Bowling away swingers, bowling 4th, 5th stump. She's got protection. It's whether Mary Waldron can get across the stumps, maybe go leg side. No fielder on the leg side boundary. Down the wicket. Well bowled. Well, that's good cricket from Bangladesh. Really good cricket. Has Mary Waldron got a sweep shot in her armoury, Isabel?
She does. It's one of her best shots. Not quite a sweep, more like a paddle, which I think would suit playing against Jahanara better, but I don't think she'll bring it out this early. She knows how important wickets in hand are, so she sees herself probably being the anchor of this innings. She wants to bat through and allow people to attack from the other end. So you can see she's come down the track. She's not happy with Jahanara. She's throwing the ball back, which she's entitled to do when the batsman advances, but Mary seemed to take issue. Let's see if that can kickstart a fiery shot from Mary Waldron. That full Yorker again. Mary Waldron unable to keep it out. She plays on. Disappointment for her, but fantastic bowling from Jahanara, who seems to have finally found her feet in this semi-final.
Well, it nearly happened 2 or 3 times. The Yorker Mary Waldron nearly dragged the couple back on. It was a matter of time, I'm afraid. Mary Waldron promoted to open. 1 from 9 balls. Drags one back onto the stumps, and Jahanara has her first for the day. Ireland reeling, 6 for 2.
Well, it's the skipper Laura Delaney moved up to number 4. He'll join her vice captain Kim Garth, and see here again Mary Waldron trying to squeeze that one out, and unfortunately she's got a closed grip, so that action around the wicket and swinging away from Jahanara really doesn't suit her. She likes to play straight and plays leg side really well, but kind of that outside off through the cover is not her strength, as Jahanara probably, I'm sure that their analysts figured that one out, and it's a plan well executed from Jahanara Alam.
Yeah, captain has to step up now. Won the toss, said we'll have a bat first. She's in a lot earlier than I'm sure she wanted or anticipated, but a chance to bat a long innings, chance to get used to conditions. Bats with a very low grip, using a lot of bottom hand. Laura Delaney, it's going to be a test. We're going to slip back in place.
On the back foot early, straight to that fielder and extra cover, and bat on ball straight away.
Well, you mentioned Mary Waldron wanted to be the anchor. I just wonder, 1 from 9 balls. It's all well and good being an anchor, just putting so much pressure on yourself. Got to find a way. She must have known that Jahanara was going to bowl this kind of skill set to her. And it looked like she didn't really have much of a plan, Mary Waldron. Kim Garth has only faced 2 balls. Delaney just faced her first. 2 players on naught for Ireland.
Short, well played away. Half a hand in point. They'll look for 2. They will come back. And Laura Delaney makes it. A good strong shot from Laura Delaney, so that'll hearten her as Jahanara finishes the 3rd over, her 2nd. And Ireland are 8 for 2.
Nice start, Laura Delaney. On the back foot, cut it away. Been a good start for Bangladesh bowlers though. They've been excellent. Lots of dot balls. 12 dot balls in 3 overs already. It's been a common theme this tournament so far. A couple of wickets to have fallen today. One for Nahida Akhtar, Mrs. Gabby Lewis on the charge, slicing. Simple catch to Pinky at backward point. Jahanara Alam, bowler with good pace, it must be said, right on round the wicket. Unusual skill set, but very effective. Mary Waldron dragging one back on. 1 from 9 for her today. Her promotion didn't work.
It's Nahida Akhtar to continue from the nursery road end. Kim Garth, big job for her to do. Full and play back to the bowler. So bit of nerves early for Kim Garth. Once she gets into her innings, she sets about her work, but the first few balls, she is a nervy player, so she'll want to feel bat on ball. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Nahida Akhtar just keep it away from her outside off, see if she can get a little edge.
Well, for Kim Garth now, her job is to bat 20 overs, bat the innings, get something in the region of a 40 or 45. Bat 20 overs, walk in 45, 50 not out, and give Ireland something to bowl at, because you fear if Kim Garth goes earlier, Ireland are going to struggle to post a competitive total. So even if she doesn't bat with too high a strike rate, just bat the innings.
Played to point. Kim Garth disappointed not to get some reward for that shot. Yeah, these are Ireland's 2 most experienced batters, and they bat together a lot, always have throughout their careers. Used to bat at kind of 6 and 7 and 50 over cricket when they started out, and then they've both moved up the order and become captain and vice captain. So these are the 2 that will think they'll take that pressure on. So projected right now, a sweep shot. Projected score right now is 45. So I won't mind that too much. They know that they do have a long batting lineup. Una Raymond Hoey into the team. They've dropped a bowler, so and they've got Shauna Kavanagh batting at 7. So you'd think that they bat kind of down to 8 and 9 Ireland.
Well, that sweep shot, not a bad option. Nahida normally bowls 4th stump. Well bowled. It's really good. Good line and length, just enough turn. And with the new ball, sometimes it will skid onto the bat, bring LB and bowl into play. So Nahida Akhtar, who's probably been Bangladesh's best bowler all tournament, once again showing her skills.
Another sweep shot, strongly played out to the leg side. There is a fielder there. Jahanara Alam tidies up. She almost ran past that. But one for the over for Ireland. A strong shot from Kim Garth. But Ireland's still in trouble. 4 overs gone, 9 for 2.
Well, that was a good shot by Kim Garth. A hard sweep. Well in front of square. Good connection. She got herself in a great position down on one knee. Head was nice and still. Good work in the deep by Jahanara Alam. Fielded it well and threw a rocket in. The captain and experienced Garth just having a chat. No more damage in the power play. If you lose 3 in the power play, you don't win too many games of T20 cricket.
Yeah, Ireland need to not panic here. Only 4 overs gone. The skipper said anything over 100 and she could feel like she could defend that. So still 16 overs to go to get 90 runs, which is not completely out of the bounds of possibility, especially if these two stay around for a while. So Jahanara bowling her 3rd over. Well played from Kim Garth. Yet to face Jahanara in this game, even though it's 3rd over.
At which stage will Kim Garth start to feel the pressure? 1 from 9 balls, likes to feel bat on ball, likes to score freely. At which stage is she starting to think, I need to go?
Well, anything outside off stump, she's going to throw her hands at. Really good in the 3rd man region, Kim. She'll try and get it finer of that 3rd man fielder, maybe between the slip and the wicketkeeper.
On the charge. Wants a single, should get a single. Good call. On the charge, he was already 2 or 3 paces down the wicket and just pushed it to mid-off. Call straight away. Generally, if you call straight away and your partner obliges, you'll make it more times than not. Interesting, you mentioned she might even try and find the gap between keeper and slip. It wouldn't be something you advise as a coach yourself to try and pick the gap, would you?
No, it certainly wouldn't, but I've seen her do it on a number of occasions, so she's really good at that shot. It's always been a strength of hers from when she was younger. Laura Delaney, however, will probably try and go either side of point. That's her area of strength. There is a cover fielder out there, and she's gone back over to Laura Delaney. Really well bowled. Good knowledge from Jahanara. Straight away she sees that Laura Delaney likes to free her hands. Strong 3 points, so she's bringing the ball into Laura Delaney to swing away, looking for the edge.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing with a white kookaburra, that's for sure. Jahanara Alam bowls with good pace and great control. Wonderful spell so far today. Yorker again. Excellent bowling. Absolutely right on the money. Bangladesh have started very, very well here this morning. Big prize at stake, of course, folks. The winner of this game will go to the final, but more importantly, you feel, will be on that plane to Australia for the World Cup next year to play the likes of Australia, England, New Zealand, the big hitters of the women's game.
Unable to get her hands through that one, Laura Delaney. Just hanging back a little bit. She knows that Jahanara has a good Yorker in her armoury, so she doesn't want to commit too much. So 1 over to go for Jahanara, and just the 1 run from this over so far. Short, slashed away backward of point, and that's the one that Laura Delaney was looking for. Jahanara's really angry with herself there. She can't believe she's put that in that area for Laura Delaney, but it was a catchable height for a minute. But she managed to miss the fielder. Short, wide, and Laura Delaney doesn't miss out on that too many times. So a boundary for her. That finishes out the 5th. Ireland move on to 14 for 2.
Cracking stroke by Laura Delaney. First bad ball. Bangladesh have bowled all innings. A brilliant stroke. The Ireland faces, there's a little bit of trepidation, a little bit of worry on the face, a bit of nerves in camp, you would think. They haven't been at their best all tournament. Ed Joyce, head coach, wonderful batsman, would be bringing all his experience to the party. We've got a change of bowling. Salma Khatun is going to have a bowl from the Nursery Road end. Wily campaigner.
Yeah, the skipper didn't bowl herself the last game. Only an 8-over game, so she obviously felt like the other bowlers could do the job, but the other off spinner, Kubra, out of the team, so she's going to bowl early. Bowls a lot of arm balls, only turns 1 or 2 and over.
A little bit of drift. A little bit of drift, as you mentioned, Isabel. A little arm ball. Just sliding out the front. I think Kim Gart might look for another strong sweep. Swept a nice ball last over, right out of the middle of the bat. Big appeal and gone! Little feather through to Jyoti. She's a wonderful keeper. Doesn't miss anything behind the sticks. And Khatun's got a wicket.
Yeah, another arm ball from Khatun. It was a good line and length she bowled, just keeping it away from Kim Garth, who was drawn into the stroke. A good length, and it's just got a bit of extra bounce with that new ball. Even though we're into the 6th over, the ball hasn't had to do too much work, so still pretty new. And Kim Garth, unfortunately for her, has to make her way wide of the crease. Khatun, it just keeps its line. Kim Garth possibly playing for a bit of turn, that just didn't come.
Wow, what a joyous scene for Bangladesh. They know how big a wicket that is. Nice ball, really good catch. Never easy standing up to the stumps. The standard of wicket keeping in this tournament has been absolutely fantastic, it must be said. Some wonderful catches, stumpings. Energy, as always, has been good behind the stumps, and Jyoti is as good as any. Wonderful catch. Well, pressure on for Ireland. They're 14 for 3. They've got a slip in place, and they've got a Bangladesh side who are playing with wonderful confidence here. Pushed offside. Well, we're in the power play. Last over the power play. Ireland winning the toss, remember. Electing to bat 14 for 3. No Ireland batter has got to grips with the conditions or the bowlers as of yet.
In the air, but in the gap. Cover fielder comes in, keeps it to 1. You just hope that the batters in the sheds are having a look at this field that Salma Khatun has set. A regular field, but very, very square on the offside. Mid-off, almost around to extra cover. Extra cover, really wide, almost in cover, and then almost a deep point as well. Slip comes out for Laura Delaney into a wide third man. Really difficult to drive down the ground, but you get an idea. Salma Khatun bowling very wide of the crease, and she's just going to keep hanging it outside that off stump and see what the Ireland batters can do. Very difficult to score more than 1 if they do get hold of it.
You mentioned Laura Delaney against the pace bowlers, likes to hit through point region, square the wicket, whereas her particular skill set when batting against spin bowling.
Loves to come down the wicket. Laura Delaney not a sweeper at all, so you might see her move her feet. Cuts that one away, comes down and cuts. Yeah, there's a tempting region there straight of mid-off as that brings about the end of the power play. 6 overs gone. Ireland 15 for 3.
In terms of Irish cricket, Isabel, and the regional cricket back home, can you tell the viewers who are watching from around the world exactly what the preparation this women's side would have had, and what their summer entails in terms of domestic cricket?
So domestically, mostly T20 cricket. Miss Ritu Moni coming on from the pavilion end now. Lots of T20 cricket. We've got 3 teams that play against each other: the Typhoons, the Scorchers, and the Dragons in T20s and in 50-over games. And then Ireland took on West Indies earlier this year in Dublin. Did pretty well. I mean, West Indies, obviously a wonderful T20 batting side, but Ireland accounted well for themselves, especially difficult for them against Hayley Matthews and Stefani Taylor, both really high up in the T20 rankings. Then they went to the Netherlands, took on a few teams that are in this tournament, and then lots and lots of training. So plenty of experience, but you just don't know how you're going to play until you're in the game. So lots of new faces around. This is one of them, Orla Prendergast, facing her third ball.
3-2. Keeper up, as is the norm in this Bangladesh side. Jyoti tries to stand up as much as possible. So Ireland have had plenty of preparation. They've had plenty of cricket to prepare for this tournament, and I suppose those games against West Indies would have been a steep learning curve. Well, interesting, Laura Delaney batting both feet back in the crease, looking for the ball square of the wicket. So Rita Money will need to pitch up a little bit fuller.
Just what the doctor ordered, Niall. Interestingly, long on has gone back for Laura Delaney, so lots of research being done on this Irish team. If you bowl straight to Laura, she'll hit you straight down the ground. If you bowl wide, she'll hit square. So she's not going to move around a huge amount apart from coming down the wicket.
Chops it away. That backward point region. Bangladesh have been very good in the field all tournament. In that backward point region, they've accounted for 2 or 3 really good run-outs. Good fielding, good throws. And the last thing Ireland need now is a run-out.
Yeah, Scotland had 2 people run out from backward point, but Orla Prendergast is lightning, so she'll back herself to get in no matter who it goes to. It's Laura Delaney who'll be worried about getting in at the bowler's end.
In the air, safe. They'll want to, I don't think they'll get to. Good work in the deep, good powerful throw. Just a single. And Ireland just dealing in singles at the moment. Can't get the ball away. Bangladesh have been excellent in their line and length. Orla Prendergast, new to the side you mentioned. Where are her particular skill sets against the medium pace bowler?
Well, she hits the ball very low on the bat. Likes to hit through covers. Inside edge. That's a bonus for Orla Prendergast. She's very, very quick as well. She'll make 1s into 2s. Brilliant football player as well. Plays on underage national team for Ireland. And usually opens the bowling. Hasn't found her feet with the ball yet this tournament. Was talking to her earlier today, and she said she knows something's looking a bit off but can't quite figure it out. So hopefully she'll figure it out today.
Nicely played. And a good single. Good call. Direct hit. Should be safe. Good fielding again. Bangladesh just keeping Ireland on their toes. 7 overs bowled, 20 for 3. In terms of Bangladesh women's cricket, obviously progressing quite nicely. You've played against Bangladesh a number of times and you've watched them progress as a nation. How do you see Bangladesh's fortunes moving forward and progressing up the rankings?
Well, as we've mentioned before, they've got really fantastic spinners. That's always been their strength. And just see if this one was close now. I think Laura Delaney, and I may have, she just didn't quite get her bat in. Needs to slide the bat, Laura Delaney, but I mentioned earlier that Orla Prendergast is fast. Laura Delaney is also quick between the wickets, just not quite as quick as Orla Prendergast. Yeah, so they've lots of spin bowlers. It's when they go up against the top nations, it's a batting that lets them down a little bit. Played into the offside. They're missing one of their best all-rounders in this tournament, Rumana Ahmed. I'm informed that she's well on the way to recovery. She's hoping to play for the Global 11 in a warm-up for Big Bash in October. So if they do qualify, Bangladesh can look to her in February. Floated. Well played on the offside. But Ireland will come through for a single. That one's fumbled a little bit.
How difficult is it for some of the smaller women's nations to compete with, the likes of Australia, when you've got Australia with so many players contracted, a wonderful tournament in the WBBL. New Zealand have a lot of contracted players. England have their contracted players, and their domestic tournament very strong.
Deep in the crease from Delaney, but that one won't get through. Yeah, it's really difficult. It's all about how many balls you hit, how much time you spend in the gym. Do you have to stress about working and Are you getting enough sleep, all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't necessarily tell within a few months, but over the course of a couple of years, you can really elevate your team just by having as many balls hit as possible. Down the track into the offside. Laura Delaney doesn't get that one through, but she'll be happy she got to the pitch there.
And you're, in terms of Ireland, you're happy with the progression and the youth coming through? You're seeing it yourself at the grassroots level?
Yeah, it's difficult to compete with Gaelic games, Niall. Chopped away. Yeah, it's really hard to compete with Gaelic games. They've got brilliant sponsorship and it's all volunteer based. And of course they don't have to travel, so they don't need to take any time off work. But that's huge in Ireland. You lose a lot of talent to camogie, which is a fantastic sport. If we get some of them involved, we'd really be motoring.
Well, cut away. Good shot. There is protection. Well, you mentioned motoring. Bangladesh are motoring here. 8 overs bowled. 22 for 3. It's all been going the way of the Tigers so far. They lost the toss. Ireland winning the toss, electing to bat first, which seemed a good decision. Every team has batted first, has won at this ground thus far. Gabby Lewis went for 5 from 5 balls. Hit a nice reverse sweep and then sliced a drive to backward point. Mary Waldron promoted to open. Well, it didn't quite work. 1 from 9 balls. And Kim Garth 2 from 12. It's been slow going. Captain's at the crease, and Bangladesh, as always, Bangladesh always have wonderful support. It's a cold day. They're getting the hot food in. They'll have tea and coffee on the go all day.
Blocked and run straight away. That's good intent from Ireland. Laura Delaney knew exactly what she was doing there. And as you're saying, people just keep coming in. Huge numbers coming in now around the ground. Lots of kids playing in the outfield. Great for the young girls there to see women playing at this level in their colours and playing for such a high accolade.
Nicely bowled. Well played. Dot ball again. Just got to try and work that in the gap. Orla Prendergast started well. 6 from 8. Delaney's 9 from 16. Just building a little partnership. Ritu bowls a good line of length. Keeper up to the stumps.
Hand
Stroked.
straight through that. That's beautifully played from Orla Prendergast. Fantastic shot from her. She's got the hands right through that. Gorgeous wrists. And she, extra cover we mentioned was quite wide. She's pierced that gap beautifully.
Yep, absolutely cracking stroke by Prendergast. You mentioned she likes to drive the ball, get her foot to the pitch of the ball. She did everything absolutely perfectly there. Really good stroke. Placement was good. Power was good. Lovely to see a cover drive. Foot to the pitch. Fantastic.
Straight through and gone. That's really well bowled from Ritu Moni. Gone straighter, nipped in. Good length. And Orla Prendergast just plays around that one. Wasn't expecting it. Disappointing for Ireland as Prendergast looked like she was just getting the feel for this game.
Well, a similar dismissal than the last game. Clean bowled 2 games in a row. This ball just nips back. Previous ball just swung away. Prendergast gone. She was looking good. 10 on a run of ball. Ball by Ritu. Wonderful ball, but I just think it just nipped back through the gate. Took Prendergast by surprise. Yeah, a little bit of nip back. Really good. Big wicket. Big celebrations.
Yeah, she's used the wicket well, Ritu. Shorter length. And it's just hit the seam. Really good ball from her, and you see the celebrations from her. She's been a surprise package for me. Doesn't usually go as well on better wickets. Easy to hit her through the line of the ball, but on these slow decks, she's been a really cool operator for Bangladesh. A bonus for them. And the left-hander Leah Paul makes her way out to the crease. Looked like she was going to win the game for Ireland the last day. Didn't quite get them over the line. So she's a cheerful character. She won't feel the pressure too much. Doesn't take things too seriously, which is probably a good thing in this situation for Ireland, as they're at 27 for 4.
Well, interesting, the keeper standing back to the left-hander, so it was up to the stumps to the right-hander, but gone back for the lefty. Ritu bowling superbly well as always. A little bit of swing away. A little bit of swing away. And that's probably why the keeper's gone back. Feels there might be a healthy edge as opposed to a thin edge. So Ritu's done a good job so far. 1 for 10 from her 1.5 and 27 for 4. Projected score just 61.
Well, she's played and missed twice there, Leopold, but she won't mind that line. She is a good driver of the ball, plays well either side of point. She'll just have a little quick word to herself about getting closer to the ball, I hope. As that brings about the end of the 9th. Ireland in a bit of trouble, 27 for 4.
Yep, Ireland certainly in a bit of trouble. 9 overs, still plenty of time to turn it around. They need a score on the board. They need something for Kim Garth and co to bowl at. 65, 70, will that be enough? Do they need more against a talented Bangladesh batting line? Do they need 80? Do they need 90? At the moment, 27 for 4. The captain's at the crease. Laura Delaney trying to rebuild. Down the wicket to Khatun. Good cricket. Sensible cricket. Well, Isabel Joyce has left the combox and Ian Leggett has joined me.
Well, a fantastic opening spell from the bowlers for Bangladesh. Put them in a really strong position here. Alam, Nahida bowled really well during that power play and restricted Ireland fantastically. But what a game. Ireland, once again, as we saw yesterday, trying to dig themselves out a bit of a hole here, Niall.
Yeah, they're up against it. It was never going to be easy. Bangladesh, a very talented side. Plenty of cricket to be played. Ireland needs something on the board. They need to give Kim Garth and co something to bowl at. They've got a talented bowling lineup, Ireland. 70, 80, you never know in a crunch game. Well, that's 3 times now. Leopold has been beaten outside the off stump. Needs to commit to the stroke. Get close to the ball. Left-hander has got plenty of shots, plenty of talent. Needs to get her innings up and running early here. Tuck leg side. You mentioned the power play in. You're right. Power play of 15 for 3 in the 6 overs. Very difficult to come back from a power play like that for Ireland. We're impressed with the opening spell by Alam.
Absolutely, and you were saying just before it happened, it's gone high in the air and just misses the fielder there. And that was Riti just doing the collecting duties. A bit of luck there for Ireland. Yeah, Alam hasn't quite got started in the tournament, but a wonderful first over there. Really set the tone of this innings. A good variety of balls. And then suddenly got the first wicket, and it was a good early blow there for Ireland.
Delaney down the wicket again. Good cricket. Excellent batting by the captain. Presenting a full face of the bat. Stroking the ball around. You feel the captain needs to bat the innings. Try and get something on the board. It's a knockout game, of course. Semi-final number 1. The winners will go to the final, but more importantly, will go to the World Cup in Australia next year. You need runs on the board. Try and create a bit of pressure second innings. Stroked. Straight to mid-off. It's a nice stroke. Yielding no runs, unfortunately. That's the end of the 10th over. 30 for 4. We're bringing these sights and sounds from the wonderful Forfarshire Cricket Club. Dare I say it, a nice day's weather in hand. It hasn't been that pretty so far, the weather. These are the bowling figures thus far. Alam was excellent, 1 for 9 off her 3. Akhtar, as always, very impressive left arm spinner, 1 for 5. Ritu Moni's going to continue. Very wet day yesterday, and very wet indeed. Not much could be done yesterday.
Absolutely not, and it's been poor weather all week, and the ground staff here at Forfarshire and also up at Arbroath, the other ground, have done a fantastic job at getting these games underway. It's been tough conditions. It always is this time of year. I'm sure as well in Ireland you're used to the weather like this at September.
Well, you mentioned the weather in September. I think weather in September in Ireland, September and October is generally very good. You know, normally very dry. Obviously not as warm as the middle of summer. That's Isabel Joyce's private aircraft just taking her back to the hotel. She left somebody back in the hotel. Short and wide. Cut away. There is protection. Yeah, you mentioned the weather. Generally from my experience in Ireland, September and October are normally fairly nice months. Bit cold, bit chilly, but generally very dry. Ireland, April and May, very wet. You see a lot of fixtures for the Ireland men's side in May get called off and rain affected. So normally not a bad time of the year to play. I'm not sure the players will be keen on me endorsing playing cricket in October in Dublin, but anyway, there we go.
That's interesting you say that, actually, because the weather's been so glorious on a couple of occasions at the Scottish final this year. Just goes a bit wide. A little bit of movement there once again. But really good bowling here so far from Ritu.
Well, Leopold needs to bat it off stump here because Ritu's just angling everything across. There's a little bit of shape away. Just try and bat it off stump and carve it through the offside. Foot again going down the line of middle stump. Ball's 6 stump line. So you've got a lot of work to do as a batter to try and reach that ball. Ritu Moni just, well,
it was 46 against the USA up at Arbroath, and they did that with some amount of ease, just finishing on 48 for 2 with 2 very quick wickets. As there's Laura Delaney, 12 not out, needing to play a captain's knock here. Like you said, gonna have to bat the 20 overs here. Put Ireland in a good position.
Yeah, Katoon's got to continue. 1 for 6 from her 3. Bowling her off spin. Oh, just clubbed. It's only going to yield a single. Katoon has been excellent today. Not a huge bit of spin. Very wily campaigner. 11 dots. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Economy rate just 2.21. Really fabulous bowling. Spinners have had a wonderful tournament so far for all the sides. Been very effective. Chopped away. Out to deep cover. Boundaries hard to come by here for Ireland. Need to just keep rotating. Set themselves up for a late onslaught for the last 4 or 5 overs. Delaney holds the key. 13 from 21. Leopold 3 from 11. Needs to get her innings up and running. The boundaries have been very difficult to come by. Early on, Gabby Lewis got a lovely reverse sweep for 4. Laura Delaney crunched one through point for a boundary. And a straight drive from Prendergast for a nice boundary through extra cover. But generally, they've been very hard to come by. Power play just yielded 15 runs for the loss of 3 wickets.
Yeah, that Laura Delaney cut away for 4 was probably the best shot of the innings so far. That's exactly what, just finds the edge then. Really nice job in the field just to stop that ball running away. Once again, Ritu Moni just doing the collecting duties. But yeah, I really thought after that cut away it was a bit of confidence, and I thought something a bit of momentum for this Irish side, but Bangladesh bowlers on top once again.
Well, dot to finish. And Katu's work is done for the day. A wonderful spell. She's bowled 4 overs, 1 for 10. 12 overs bowled, 36 for 4.
Well, 12 overs gone, and well, we saw yesterday, or 2 days ago, in the tournament, that game against Thailand.
Gabby Lewis looked good early on. Reverse sweep followed by this shot. Just didn't quite get down the wicket, just shuffled but didn't make much ground, so took the outside edge, and Pinky knew what that meant when she took that backward point, and Mary Waldron, lots of Yorkers for her. She wasn't able to keep that one out. So Ritu bowling her 4th over. She's been fantastic. She's known exactly how to bowl on this wicket, bowling straight to Laura Delaney. Knows that she's strong outside the off stump. Big shout. Eloise Sheridan not interested, shakes her head straight away. So more and more children coming into the ground. Brilliant to see. The development officers doing a brilliant job for Cricket Scotland.
Yeah, wonderful to see so many youngsters in.
Driven strongly down to long on. I recently met a friend of yours, Rosie Ryan, development officer for West Scotland, and she's recently won an innovation award from the ICC for Crick Hit. Do you know what Crick Hit is?
I do. Fantastic initiative, really well deserved award as well, if I kind of say my unbiased opinion, as we see the youngsters again. And they've been in all week, which has been the wonderful thing. Not just supporting Scotland, but also we saw a lot of banners for Thailand and all the variety of teams as well. Papua New Guinea as well, up at Arbroath. You know, it's brilliant to see.
So, can you tell me, Crick Hit?
Yes.
Who's it for? What does it do?
So it's a fitness and cricket initiative.
Really well driven, straight down the ground. That mid-off is too wide, and that's a beautiful stroke from Laura Delaney. That's the shot of the day. She's pounced on that extra bit of length from Ritu Moni, who's been operating at a good length all day. That one just slightly too full, and Laura Delaney is well up to the task.
Yeah, really classy shot there. Just showing what a captain needs to do in a situation like this. A really strong push down the ground, and no way that was getting caught as it just ran away there. Wonderful bit of batting.
Down the wicket and down the ground, another single. So 2 very fruitful balls from Laura Delaney. So Crick Hit is for women.
Yes, designed as a way of doing kind of a fitness workout as well as implementing cricket. And it's happening at a couple of local clubs, and it's a really nice way of people keeping fit and also introducing a lot of women to the game of cricket as well. I know my colleague Jake Perry has been down and wrote a really nice feature on it, and just said the most important thing about it was the fun they were having. As Ritu Moni, look at that, 11 dots from her 4 overs, an economy rate of 4.75. Absolutely fantastic stuff. It's exactly what you want to see in this form of the game. 1 for 19 from her 4 overs.
So
Brilliant stuff.
We'll see a double change now. Both bowlers bowled out, Salma Khatun and Ritu Moni, and it's the leg spinner Fahima. She's bowled really well this tournament, been right on the money all the way through. Bowls quite flat, doesn't look to turn it too much. Really difficult to get away, so good bowler to operate at this point in the game. Chopped away straight away from Laura Delaney. 3rd man, Nahida Akhtar, comes in. They'll bowl full to Laura Delaney, and you'd think probably short of a length to Leah Paul. Well bowled again from Khatun. Now I've told Rosie Ryan I want one of those hoodies. Crick Hit, good gear. I'm going to bring Crick Hit to Dublin. It sounds like a brilliant initiative because cricket won't normally get you fit. So if you can do both at the same time, then you're winning. Goes deep, plays that into the gap and cover Laura Delaney, but Fahima Khatun won't worry about that. One from 3 balls is exactly what she's after.
Wonderful work from the development officers in Scotland throughout in a game.
Full again, swept away from Leopold. She's decided to run. It's a dangerous one and she won't make it. Sue Redfern gives that one out. It was a late decision, a late call from Paul. She struggled to get up after she'd swept that one, and disappointment for her. The fielder was deep on the ring. She'd obviously seen that, but she just couldn't quite get going.
Well, a really risky run there, but you can understand why they went for it. They're in need of runs here. 44 for 4 now in the 14th over. Leopold just struggling just to put her bat in there. Difficult, and another wicket down. But Richardson, she just walks past the screen. The new batter in at the crease. It's a really nice delivery there, and you can understand why they went for the run. But once again, a brilliant bit of fielding from the Bangladesh team. They've been so good in the field all week. Brilliant display yesterday against Scotland, and another wicket earned.
Yeah, she got the dive out, gave herself every chance, Leopold, but she was short. She nearly made it, and Fahima Khatun, the dangerous decision to throw the ball at the stumps from a foot away, never really advised, but she's managed to hit the stumps, and that brings Emma Richardson to the crease. She won't face this delivery. Down the wicket, but thinks better of it, Delaney.
Oh, Richardson, so good yesterday in that chase against, or 2 days ago, pardon me, against Thailand. Really up the rate and looked an absolute menace. Just going to need to put on a good display again here.
Yeah, of course, Richardson playing her cricket in New Zealand for the past few years, but when she did play in Ireland, she played in Leinster Cricket Club with her skipper. So that brings about the end of the 14th Ireland, 44 for 5. So these two very well used to batting together, usually opening the batting for their club. So Richardson, a very handy cricketer, batting at 7 because she can clear the ropes and later on the innings to get some momentum. So a real all-rounder. She'll be well able to hit the ball. And she has 6 overs to see what she can do. 36 balls. If they go to run a ball, Ireland, they'll get up to 80, but they'll be looking for a bit more than that. Try get up to 100. See can they put something on the board that they can defend. Skipper with the returning Jahanara Alam discussing the field. What way are we going to bowl to Richardson? The squad. She does live in New Zealand most of the time. She played a series against Bangladesh last year, didn't bat a huge amount, so she's probably a player they know the least about, and that'll suit Ireland right now.
A really good decision here to bring back Alam. Bowled fantastically in that opening smell during the power play. Really set the tone for how this match is starting to unfold. Richardson there. Need to produce some of that power hitting that was on display against Thailand.
Hit strongly down the ground, Richardson. Very good sweeper and puller of the ball. And a wide straight away from Alam. That's the first foot she's put wrong all day. Obviously trying to go full and straight, which I think has worked well for her so far in this game. And Richardson, not great at clipping off her legs, so probably a good option. She'll want a little bit of width outside off, or possibly shorter length.
Really good preview video before the tournament. I got some of the players to talk about who are the ones to watch out for. That ball just skips past the stumps again. And Alam, ever confident, listed a couple of Bangladeshi players and then went, of course, myself as well, which is a sign of confidence. Always good to see in a player, but, well, certainly showing today why she recommends herself for top honours.
Yeah, she was devastating in her spell up front. So they've brought her back early, trying to nab another wicket. Just closing her grip there, Richardson. Needs to try and play that one through the offside. Alam's bowling quite wide of the crease and bowling in at the stumps, which is a good option. It's hard to play down the ground on this wicket. We've only seen 1 or 2 straight drives so far this whole week. So they've done their research, they're executing their plans, Bangladesh, and Ireland have got to find some answers.
Yeah, the length has been pretty much perfect from all the bowlers throughout their spells, and it's been forcing the Irish batters to use their feet a bit more, but because the length has been so critical, they've struggled just to get the drive on, and like I said, a couple of cutaways for the boundary, but well, the boundary count pretty low right now for Ireland. Really good bowling.
Goes for the ramp, almost taken by the keeper, but that one's gonna roll over the rope just about. Fielder despairing down at third man that she didn't quite make it, but a good option for Richardson. I mentioned she's a good sweeper, but she doesn't think that the length is there to sweep Jahanara, so gone over the keeper. And of course Jyoti, a wonderful keeper, but on the small side, so didn't quite get her gloves onto that one.
Yeah, couldn't quite get the leap onto that one. Doing a Michael Jordan impression. That's clever from Richardson. Not succeeding with the drive of the cut. So just why not play the unorthodox shot there, and it does find the boundary. A smile on Alam's face, just knowing the luck of that.
That one's just stuck in the hand. So Alam not even bothering to pick it up. She's going to leave that to her skipper. It's quite wet out there, so she might have felt that one coming out and decided not to bowl it.
Well, 49 for 5. One away from the 50 to the Irish scorecard.
Back around from Alam. Top edge, that one goes high, and it'll sail down to the boundary. 6 runs, second 6 in the week for Emer Richardson. And those are 10 much needed runs in a few balls for Ireland. Alam disappointed, but that extra pace is probably the thing that Richardson needs. Difficult to hit the spinners. Really hard to get it over the rope today. And Richardson, 10 from 2 balls, those are invaluable runs. That brings up the 50. She's just got her hands around to that. It was a really wide delivery. As hits goes into the hoarding.
Yeah, it just shows the impact. 2 quick boundaries. Suddenly the moods are lifted on the Irish coaching tent next to us. That's the 50 up, 55 for 5 now.
She's taking on the fielder and sends her skipper back. That was almost trouble for Delaney. I think if she'd gone straight away, Richardson would have been comfortably in, but then she realised that she wasn't going to make it. She sent her skipper back. Brave woman.
You can see the layers Richardson's got on there. It is a chilly day up here in Dundee and Broughty Ferry.
Full played well through the offside. Extra cover on the ring. She'll come through for a single. She'll retain the strike, Richardson. The Ireland camp pretty happy to see that. End of the 15th. Ireland 56 for 5. So 5 overs left for Ireland. What can they get to? We spoke about getting between 80 and 100. That last over will have given them some hope that they'll get there. Something to bowl at, Ireland. It's not been easy batting here today. Green wicket. That's the story so far. Delaney still in, 21 from 33. The skipper taking on the pressure. Richardson, the only one who's really got going today, almost at a strike rate of 200. 11 from 6. So Fahima Khatun to continue. She's been miserly all week. I think Richardson might try and get the sweep out. Step across his stumps. Fahima looking to bowl on the offside. She's got 5 over there. Really wide, extra cover. Really wide, long off. She might take on that sight screen, Niall, as I welcome you back. Steps across, sweeps. Just as I said she might. And that's a vacant square leg area. Great shot from Richardson. She's really motoring.
Playing well. Spoke to her just 10 minutes ago as she waited to come in. And she had a game plan. She knew what she wanted to do. She's a good striker of the ball, Emer Richardson. Was playing well a couple of days ago too. And I just wonder, could she have come in slightly earlier? I asked her what a good score she thought it might be. And anything over 80, she said, it gives us a chance. It's probably below par, but it gives us an opportunity, something to bowl at.
On the sweep again. Really well played. There's a fielder back out there. And Richardson's decided to take on the throw. Great decision from her. Jotty throwing at the on-striker's end, but Delaney quick as a whippet between the wickets. She's backing up a lot, so she knew she'd get in.
Well, the sweep shot is a really good option for the Irish players. A lot of them play hockey. There's a lot of crossover in Irish sport between cricket and hockey. So the sweep is a very natural stroke. You can get a lot of power into the shot. And it just causes the captain a couple of concerns. Field change. One of the two backward point fielders comes out, goes to a 45 on the leg side for Fahima, who's had a good tournament herself. Has played nicely, but Emma Richardson's a good striker of the ball. Laura Delaney's done a good job. Can they finish with a flurry? Can they get somewhere around 90, maybe even 95 for being slightly greedy for Ireland? On the reverse, just the single, but it's good batting, manipulating the field. Very good batting by Emma Richardson.
Yeah, she recognised that Fahima Khatun had brought an extra fielder to the leg side looking out for that sweep, so she said, right, you're going to put one over there, I'll go the other side. Didn't quite get it through, but it's a good option for her. She's swept well so far. She's looking like she's going to take these spinners on, and why not? There's nothing to lose here for the Irish girls. And if they can get up to 90, you just don't know what will happen when there's runs on the board.
Well, there's no one behind square in the boundary, leg side here for Delaney. Comes down the wicket. Well, there's an appeal, a rather ambitious appeal for obstruction of the field. I don't think Laura Delaney did anything wrong. And in the end, all that happens, they get an overthrow. So maybe a little momentum shift since Emma Richardson's come in. There's been a bit more upbeat tempo about the batting, and it's yielding a couple of mistakes in the Bangladeshis.
Yeah, showing her experience. As you said, had a clear game plan when she went in. She knew how she wanted to play them. She will have looked at the footage. Outside off, cut away well, but Richardson says no. Probably could have been a single there, you think, Niall, but maybe she wants to keep the strike.
Well, she's striking the ball well. They've got a deep backward square, deep mid-wicket, and a long on for Emma Richardson on the leg side. So plenty of protection now. Tossed up, well bowled. Really well bowled, flighted. 16 overs bowled, 64 for 5. Yeah, T20 cricket is all about having your plans. You must be flexible, of course. With bat and ball in hand, you have to show some degree of flexibility. But Emma Richardson has come out and just played good, strong shots. Manipulated the field. Obviously took a chance with a scoop, which yielded 4. This is the scorecard. Didn't start well for Ireland, it must be said. Gabby Lewis went early. Waldron, well, struggled. Badly struggled, 1 from 9, and Kim Garth 2 from 12. But the captain has stood firm, 22 not out so far. Prendergast looked good, but Emma Richardson has given this innings a little bit of impetus.
Well, Ireland looking good the last few overs, so the skipper turns to her strike bowler. It's Naheed Akhtar, the left arm spinner. She loves a challenge. You always know you're in a battle when you're playing her. Surprised to see the straight fielders going out. I'd like to see them bring them up and try and jag another wicket, entice the batters down the wicket. And we've seen some brilliant stumping so far from that one behind the stumps, Jyoti.
Well, the captain needs to give Emma Richardson a strike here. Just get off strike, drop and run. Let Emma Richardson put bat to ball and try and find a few boundaries. Captain needs to bat through.
Down the wicket, in the air, but won't reach the boundary fielder. That's good foot movement from Laura Delaney. Got the ball on the full, just didn't quite get there. I think she was going to try and go between those fielders. Got a long on, a straight mid wicket. Got long off and cover. Actually, long off comes up. They've pushed square leg back, which is a good option for Bangladesh. So Richardson's been good. Another sweep. She moves across her stumps, hits it behind square leg. Really good effort on the boundary, and she saves 4. Excellent fielding out there, and their whole team giving her a clap. They appreciate that effort on the backward square leg boundary. Richardson probably thought she'd done enough to get the boundary, but it's longer out there and it's a bit wet, so hasn't gone all the way.
Good stroke. Good cricket again by Emma Richardson. Good powerful shot. Sweeping the ball hard. Good fielding in the deep by Bangladesh, backing up the bowler.
Does it again. Top edge. Jyoti not sure where the ball went, so Alam tidying up from third man.
Good partnership. A really good partnership here by the captain and Emma Richardson. Emma Richardson 21 from 13. Projectors 82. Down the wicket. Can't get the ball away. Nahida showing all her experience. The captain's done a good job so far. 23 from 36. Emma Richardson giving the innings some real impetus. Superb stroke play. Powerful clinical strokes.
Really good shot from Laura Delaney, straight down the ground. That's her strength. That's why mid off or long off and long on are back.
Well, money on a sweep here, I think. Emma Richardson has used the sweep shot very well so far. The protection on the leg side is got a cow corner and a long on. Deep backwards square leg and a 45 inside the ring. Mid off is in the ring. A deep cover for saving a single on the offside.
Works it into the leg side. Looking for the two but won't get there. And we were just checking that shot earlier on as we come to the end of the 16th. Checking that shot earlier on that we thought was 2, but it was actually signalled a 4. So good effort on the boundary, but Richardson will get the full reward for that shot. Goes across her stumps and plays it really well. It was very full. Good effort from the fielder, but she wasn't quite able to do enough. Just about gets under her hand, and she's touching the rope at that point, and that's why that's a boundary. Can't have any part of your body touching the ball and the rope at the same time, and I'm sure she wasn't quite sure herself.
Emma Richardson played well. I'm just wondering, was an opportunity to send her in higher in the order potentially? The plan seemed to be from 12 overs out, Emma Richardson goes in. I'm just wondering with her capabilities and power and stroke play.
Down the wicket, strong shot. Fielder comes under it, and she's dropped it. A chance for Emma Richardson, who's fallen over. She sends her skipper back. That's Jahanara Alam out there. She's not had the best tournament in the field. A couple of misfields against Scotland 2 days ago, and she's dropped a really important wicket. And you have to think Richardson will be thinking to herself, right, how can I make them pay?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, with Emma Richardson's capability and her power, she has a lot of stroke play, she has a lot of experience. Hit this one well. And Jahanara Alam just ran in too far. Didn't need to attack the ball quite so quickly. Would have been well advised to stand her ground. Fairly simple catch in the end. I'm just wondering, was an opportunity lost maybe or missed by Ireland to send Richardson in slightly earlier?
Well, I think if she'd gone in earlier, it would have been a change in mindset for the hitter. She doesn't want to go in earlier and have to play defensive shots, knock the ball around. Delaney just swiping that one, hits the bottom of the edge, and Alam comes in off the boundary. Yeah, so she doesn't want to change her mindset. She knows what she's doing when it's 8 overs left. She's got a clear plan, and I can't blame the Ireland camp for keeping her in that position, because that's one really set thing that's in their team. They've had a lot of change over the last few months, so leave someone who's comfortable in their position there. Cut away, Richardson deciding against a quick single. A good decision. She's fantastic in point, Pinky. Couple of run-outs for her so far this tournament.
Well, 74 runs on the board. Score 90, well within target. After the power play, 15 for 3. That looked a long way off.
And a rather disappointing end for Richardson. She didn't look happy the last few balls. She comes down, just doesn't clear that extra cover fielder. He's pushed back onto the ring. So that drop earlier in the over, not costly for Bangladesh. Alan will breathe a sigh of relief as Richardson stomps off the pitch, disappointed with herself. But a good innings nonetheless, and her teammates slapping her off. They appreciate the effort she's gone to get them up near a score of 90.
Yeah, she played well. Emma Richardson has given Ireland half a chance, given them a foothold in this game. Fairly simple catch, not out of the screws of the bat by any means, but Emma Richardson played well. A good wicket for Bangladesh at this stage of the innings, taking out a key stroke maker. Job well done for Emma Richardson. New batter Shauna Kavanagh from Pembroke Cricket Club in Dublin. You haven't got much time, Shauna, you just got to get on with it.
Yeah, this is a position she's used to coming in, and another player that bats down the order. She's been in the team for a while, but they've decided not to push her up, leave her again where she's comfortable. Quick between the wickets. She's got 12 balls to see what she can do. Goes straight to the sweep, really fine. And it'll only be one. Gets her skipper on strike. So the skipper now has to take the impetus to the Bangladeshi bowlers.
Well, the captain's played well. Won the toss, selected the bat. Was in very early. Laura Delaney has taken responsibility well. It's all about maximising these last couple of overs. Get as many on the board as possible. Take some momentum into the second innings. We should have a full game today. There shouldn't be any rain, so Duckworth Lewis shouldn't come into the equation at all.
Down the wicket and straight through. Delaney's just played all around that. It was the right ball to come down to, but she's just missed the line. I apologise to viewers. I've said there's 2 overs left. This is the 18th now. So Una Raymond Hoey in for the first game of her tournament. Laura Delaney will be kicking herself. It was there. She'd made the right decision. She just missed the ball, but she's played a good knock. 25 from 39, slow, but that was what was needed for the Irish team. Una Raymond Hoey and Shauna Kavanagh now have to do the job. Just went to try and hit it to leg side. It was more delivery for the offside. Hit that side screen.
Well, it's a poor dismissal. Just lost Emma Richardson down the wicket, across the line. Has generally played nice and straight when she's come down the wicket, Laura Delaney, but that time going leg side. Raymond Hoey into the side today. Big job to try and get this innings up to somewhere around the 85-90. Una Raymond Hoey, what can we expect here, Isabel?
Plays well on the V, Una Raymond Hoey, and very quick between the wickets, so a good partner for Shauna Kavanagh, who likes to run a lot of 1s and 2s. She's an excellent fielder. She's not used to finding herself batting in this position. She usually opens the batting for, and we play in the same club team, Clontarf. Straight down, and a single to mid-off. I'll get through easily, Shauna Kavanagh. So 11 balls left for Una Raymond Hoey. She's been chomping at the bit to get into this team.
Well, an opportunity, limited opportunity must be said. Just 11 balls left. Projected score 83. Start of the game, Bangladesh would have taken that, you'd think. Ireland probably would have hoped for something in the region of 100, 110. Nahida, nicely bowled, flighted, wants a single. Well, it's a misfield. Missed opportunity. That's not something we've said very often about this Bangladeshi fielding unit. That was a fairly routine run-out opportunity and missed it.
Well, I'd be looking at the fielder and saying, why didn't you just pass me the ball? The bowler expecting an easy throw, but Ritu Moni and extra cover decided to go for glory, go for a direct hit. And she's just lucky that the skipper was in mid-wicket backing her up. Into covers again for Hoey. Into the and that cover fielder, Shauna Kavanagh, takes her on. Brilliant running from Kavanagh. We talked about her running, makes 1s into 2s. She knows her role in this team, and she's going to make sure she gets every single run that's possibly out there.
Brilliant running, Shauna Kavanagh. It was a really good stroke by Una Raymond Hoey down the wicket. Used the hands nicely, hit the ball through the gap. Kavanagh wanted 2 from the off. Really good running here. Called early. Committed to the run. Smashed to the offside again.
Miscommunication from the Irish team. Kavanagh again wanted to. She knew she'd get in. Una Raymond Hoey just paused for too long. She would have got in easily. The bowler collecting and hitting direct. Disappointing for her. You just wonder why they didn't have a conversation at the end of the last two. Shauna Kavanagh saying, no matter what, I back myself to get back. Una Raymond Hoey playing some good shots into the offside. Taking on that fielder. They know she doesn't have the strongest arm in the team. But unable to get in there, Hoey. Sophie McMahon comes to the middle. She looked good for her first game out there, Raymond Hoey. She'll be kicking herself. Good through the covers as well, Sophie McMahon. That's her area, so she'll hope that Nahida Akhtar keeps it on that 4th, 5th stump line.
Down the wicket. Kamikaze run, that's gone. That's awful. Awful running. Absolutely no need. Came down the wicket. Nudged to the leg side and called straight away. Run out by absolute distance.
Well, Kavanagh's decided she's running no matter what, but Sophie McMahon had no chance there. Running down the wrong side of the wicket. Nahida Akhtar was able to get across easily. No batter in the way. And she wasn't going to miss. That's a number of opportunities for run-outs this over. And as we saw in the last game, they missed the first one, they don't miss the next ones. It was Sophie McMahon who decided to run there, actually. Shauna Kavanagh waiting for the call, so that one, she dismissed herself.
Well, there's been 2 run-outs this over and a missed run-out. So Shauna Kavanagh has been out there for 5 minutes on the sweep. Hitting outside the line of off stump. Nothing doing there, playing a stroke. A disappointing over for Ireland, losing a couple of kamikaze run-outs. They're 79 for 9. 1 over left. Can they get up to 85? Can they eke out 6 or 7 runs here to give themselves something to bowl at?
Well, Bangladesh will remember Lara Moritz from last summer. She came in near the end of the innings in a low-scoring game and crunched a 6 over long on and hit a 4 through the covers. So that's the story so far. It's not been brilliant reading for Ireland, but better than it looked like it was going to be after the power play. Delaney and Richardson, the main scorers on 25, but really good bowling figures for the Bangladeshis so far. As Fahima Khatun bowls the final over. I've decided to go for a fine leg rather than the third man. We've got 4 fielders out, backward square, deep mid wicket, long on and long off. Sorry, cover, not long off.
Fahima to finish. Leg spin down the wicket. Sliced. Another wonderful bit of fielding. How many direct hits this Bangladeshi fielding unit affected in this tournament so far? Must be in the double figures.
It seems to be a pattern for them. They miss one, a bit of a misfield. They had a drop catch and then a miscommunication, but then they don't miss after that. It's like they're woken up. Don't wake the beast, Niall.
Well, they're a good side, this Bangladesh side. Plenty of variety with the ball. Excellent in the field. Good with the bat. Five balls remaining. Shauna Kavanagh, what have you got in your locker?
I'm banking on the sweep. And she does go for it. It was quite wide outside off. So well bowled from Fahima. I think she knew as well. That's her go-to shot. Kavanagh went under the pump, and Lara Moritz, she'll go down the ground.
Well, Fahima won't mind seeing Lara Moritz come out of her ground. Jyoti will be waiting behind the stumps as always. On the charge, gets it on the full toss. Should just be 1. Kavanagh will look for 2 as per usual. Decides against. Well, Ireland, a knockout game is about whatever you get, you just got to fight for every single run. You never know in a knockout game, pressure on, big prize at stake. You must believe, Ireland.
Down the wicket, played square. There is a fielder out there. And they're coming back for 2. Shauna Kavanagh puts in the dive, and Eloise Sheridan says not out. So fantastic running by Shauna Kavanagh again. Fahima Khatun can't quite believe it, but she's really quick in and out of the crease, Shauna Kavanagh.
Well, good running, and what I love to see, a dive. Desperation.
Well, I think that was close, but the dive, it just put enough doubt in the umpire's mind, and Kavanagh survives. Ireland 9 down, so one more wicket and it'll bring the end of their innings, but they do have 3 balls remaining to see what they can do.
I love that. Desperation to make your ground. Get your greens dirty. Down the wicket. Leg side. Another run out chance. Misses. And at this stage, just got to take every opportunity, Ireland. Run outs at this stage doesn't matter. Every run absolutely crucial. 85 for 9. 2 balls remaining. Can they find the boundary, Ireland? Can they get to 90?
Down the wicket again and bowled. Fahima Khatun's very happy with that, and what a celebration from her. That was what she wanted. It's Gangnam Style. I feel like she had that one prepared.
Oh, wonderful, absolutely wonderful scenes here at Forfarshire Cricket Club. Great end to the innings for Bangladesh. Ireland winning the toss. 85 for 9. Well, they're happy. They're absolutely thrilled with their morning's work, and so they should be. Bowled well, generally fielded very well. The odd mishap. This is the final wicket. On the charge, a little bit of turn. And watch this celebration. Fancy footwork or what?
Yeah, she's probably the most improved player I've seen from Bangladesh this year. Good leg spinner, taking wickets on regular occasions. She's gone for hardly any runs. She most impressed me by the control she has. Every batter that comes out, it looks like she's got her plan. Bowls wider the crease, bowls straighter, quicker, slower. She's not just bowling what she bowls, she's bowling to the batters that are coming out, and that's very impressive from the leg spinner.
Yeah, Bangladesh, very impressive. Saying that, a knockout game, pressure game, runs on the board often count for a lot more. Ireland have got 85 of them. Bangladesh bowl well. Jahanara Alam was good, 1 for 21 off 4 overs. Nahida Akhtar again, as always, repeating ourselves again, but wonderful, 1 for 17 off 4. Salma Khatun going at just 2.5 and over. Pick of the bowlers for me though, Fahima Khatun, 3 for 18 from her 4. In the Ireland 85 all out from their 20 overs, 86 to win for Bangladesh. Semi-final number 1, of course, big prize at stake, a place on the plane to Australia.
Yeah, nothing to lose here for Ireland. They haven't covered themselves in glory with the bat, but as you said, runs on the board. You never know what'll happen, and that's what the coaches will be saying to them, no doubt. It wasn't a great start to the game for them. Power play only yielded 15 runs and they lost 3 wickets. But they've got up to 85 thanks to those 2 girls at the top there. Richardson, Delaney, 25 each for them. The 2 Leinster players, Prendergast, 10 at a run a ball, and Kavanagh at the end, scampering through for 6 runs. So we'll take a little break after we see these wickets. Lewis went early. She'll be disappointed. Hasn't had the best tournament so far. She went for 5. And then we had Mary Waldron. She survived a number of Yorkers, but she couldn't survive this one. Just edged the ball into her own stumps. Next wicket to fall was after this beautiful shot from Laura Delaney. Slashed it away through point. That was the first boundary of the innings. But then a feather from Kim Garth sent her on her way, and she was the 3rd wicket. Salma Khatun doing the damage there. She knew what that meant. Kim Garth, the linchpin of this batting lineup. Then came Ritu Moni. She got driven through the offside a number of times by Orla Prendergast. Delaney just about surviving this appeal. A close one, you'd have to say, but too close to call for Sue Redfern, so not out. And then this beautiful stroke from Orla Prendergast. You thought then she'd get motoring. Looked like she'd figured out the wicket. Got her hands through, hit it through the gap and extra cover. But it wasn't to be for her. She perished the very next delivery. A straighter ball nipping in off the seam, and her head falling over. Just got through the gap. Just didn't take a big enough stride, or Orla Prendergast probably should have defended that ball. Laura Delaney played really well for her 25. That stroke down the ground. Really difficult on this wicket. She got her bottom hand through and kept it straight and missed mid-off. And there's that woman, Fahima Khatun, 3 wickets for her. And this run out of Leah Paul, really well taken from her. A little throw at the stumps. Gave herself a chance to miss, but she didn't. That was one of a number of run-outs that the Irish team suffered. Jahnar Alam came back. She'd been really miserly, but this shot from Richardson was fantastic. Just started a little flurry of runs because that one was followed up by this shot. Just followed the ball around, took the top edge, and it sailed over fine leg boundary. 6 runs for Emma Richardson. Another beautiful sweep shot. She got all of that, Emma Richardson. And he just started to think she might get Ireland up over 100. Another sweep here. Almost saved on the boundary by the fielder, but Richardson got another boundary to her name. But then an opportunity missed. Jahanar Alam. She wondered how costly that would be for her team. Luckily for her, Emma Richardson didn't quite get to the pitch, couldn't get her hands through. She's just hit that tamely to extra cover, where the skipper takes an easy catch. And again, Fahima Khatun just sending that one past the edge of the skipper. She was happy with that wicket. She's come down the track well all day, Delaney, but that was the one that got past her. And Shauna Kavanagh was absolutely adamant that she was getting a second run. And Raymond Hoey just paused too long at the non-striker's end. She'd looked good. And Sophie McMahon called herself through. Nahida Akhtar, fantastic fielding from her. Never easy when you're bowling to turn and throw at the stumps. But she didn't miss. And here was another opportunity for a run out. Very close. Too close. And possibly out, but the benefit goes to the batter. That's the way it should be. In Ireland, we're happy to see Kavanagh survive that appeal from the Bangladeshis. But Khatun wasn't finished yet. Lara Moritz deciding to come down the wicket to the leg spinner. Shuffles down, then down, just plays the wrong line, and leg stump goes tumbling, and there's that celebration. So Ireland finish with 85 runs on the board. Bangladesh require 86 for a spot on the plane to Australia. So that's the summary so far in semi-final 1 between Ireland and Bangladesh. We'll be back shortly with the second innings. Shortened down leg side from Garth. She opens the bowling from the pavilion end.
Kim Garth, Ireland linchpin, bowling from the pavilion end. 86 to win for Bangladesh. Shape driven down the ground, wants one, should get one. Under par score, you would think, Isabel, but runs on the board in a semi-final knockout game can also always cause for a little bit of concern for a chasing side.
Yeah, and there's a little bit in this for Kim Garth. That ball just played a little bit uppishly by the opener Murshida Khatun. She's joined by the returning Ayasha Rahman, missed out in the last game, but she's got a good record against Ireland. Won the game for Bangladesh at the previous qualifiers. It's a big ball.
Well, no slip in place. Ireland need wickets. Ireland's power play yielded just 15 for 3. Ireland, you think, are going to need to cause some destruction of a similar level to try and get themselves in this game. And to do that, they're going to need wickets. They can't defend this score without taking a number of wickets, especially early on. You've got your best bowler, Kim Garth, with a new ball in her hand.
Well, I think this opening partnership is a bit of a mistake from Bangladesh. They had 2 really good runners between the wickets last game. They got up and about really early, lots of singles early on, but Ayasha Rahman not very good between the wickets. Doesn't like to take singles, likes to hit boundaries, so she'll be eyeing up long on, she'll be eyeing up cow. There's a fielder out there, they know she's strong in that area, and that length from Kim Garth is exactly what's needed against her.
Well, great line and length. Well, it's an interesting point because power play generally yields boundaries, or that's what you think, as opposed to 1s and 2s, because there's obviously a lot of fielders in the ring. So I'm just wondering, are Bangladesh saying, right, go out, Ayesha Rahman, give it a nudge, get us ahead of the game, have a good power play, you can kill this contest.
Played into the leg side. Another single. So, yeah. Yeah, possibly they've said we've nothing to lose. Let's see how if she comes off. If she hits a few over the rope, then we're in the driving seat. That's the end of the first. A good one from Kim Garth. She's made Bangladesh keep down to 2 from the first over. But they do need wickets, and I think they've decided the way they're going to do that is by strangling Bangladesh, keeping the boundaries and the singles down.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat, I suppose. Ireland trying to defend 85 all out. Such a huge prize at stake. A trip to Australia, a World Cup in Australia. Emma Richardson was excellent with the bat today, played really well. Gave the innings some real impetus in that latter order. Struck the ball well, got a maximum, a couple of boundaries. Got a bowler off spinners from the nursery road end. Not a huge turn of the ball, can impart a little bit of spin, but very good control.
Well, this is the big battle for me. Likes facing spin early on, Sukhtara. She'll be eyeing up that long on region. They've got a square leg out. I think they'd be better off having long on. Just as I say it, she tries for long on, but it goes to square leg. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
What do we know? What do we know? The so-called experts, eh?
Murshida plays well through the covers, scampers through, so we'll have to see if their calling maybe isn't great. These two haven't batted a huge amount together.
Well, Emma Richardson donning the sunglasses, and isn't that wonderful? My co-commentator here with their fancy sunglasses on for the first time all week. Smiling from ear to ear as the sun makes an appearance here in Forfarshire Cricket Club.
Big shot early on. That one goes wide of long on. It plugs. Lara Moritz comes around. And Ayasha Rahman happy to stay in her crease. Just the one for happy.
Well, it's a good stroke. Unfortunately, with all the rain that we've had, that ball just plugs. On a nice sunny, warm week, that ball just bounces into the boundary rope, Emma Richardson won't be disappointed. A risky stroke going across the line. Good crowd forming.
Lots of flight clubbed down the ground. Larmer, it's very straight in mid-on. A little bit different to mid-off, who's very wide.
Well, they look like they're coming out here, all guns blazing. Bangladesh, ultra aggressive, which will give Ireland an opportunity. Ireland need to take every half chance. Flighted, swept leg side, very floaty delivery. There's protection on the leg side for that exact stroke, so Emma Richardson, clear game plan, trying to entice the batter into a big shot and extract a wicket, maybe caught in the deep. But Bangladesh are pretty aggressive so far.
Well, if there's ever a time that Emma Richardson would want to spin one, it's here. Looks like Rashida Khatun wants to go leg side, so she'll be looking to take this edge. Drags it down, pulled away. There is a fielder there, Kim Garth. So she gets away with that one, Richardson.
Well, she's got a field in the right place, I think, Emma Richardson, especially for the left-hander. Got a deep square leg and a cow corner. Khatun likes to go leg side, likes to sweep and slog sweep. For a man, 3 from 6. Likes to hit through the line of the ball. Mid-on is in the ring. That's the danger zone.
Happy to clip it into leg side and scamper through. Gabby Lewis in the ring there. Richardson finishes her first, goes for 5. So a good one for Bangladesh. They don't need to go for too many runs. These two have been attacking. They've only got 7 from the first 2 overs. And Kim Garth will return. Look at those supporters. Brilliant to see on the boundary. The few Irish supporters come over. They've been cold, but they've been cheering on their team. Richard Holdsworth, we saw earlier, the director of cricket, president of Cricket Ireland, David O'Connor, also here. And Greg Mullins. We saw him at breakfast this morning, Nobby.
We did, yeah. Good old Greg. He was a wonderful spinner for Ireland back in the day. Kim Garth to continue. Well bowled, excellent bowling. Good hammer, line and length. Seam presented nice and upright. A little bit of swing for Kim Garth. I just wonder, can she nip one back? Maybe just try and trap the batter on the pad. Get involved in the game. Wonderful action, Kim Garth. A really talented cricketer. Travelling around the world, playing Big Bash. Winning the Big Bash twice with the Sixers.
Outside off, Leopold anticipates that really well and point. Yeah, she's been disappointed with her opening spells so far, Kim Garth. Usually quite miserly, but she's been expensive and then come back really well. Excellent slower balls out the back of her hand that have gripped on these wickets. She was going to think about bowling on more slower balls in her first spell today, but she's been on the money, so she hasn't turned to it yet. She reckons this is how to get the wicket, how she's going to yield a wicket for Ireland.
Well, the straighter one. Good batting. Excellent batting. No leg spinner today for Ireland, of course. Salise Rack dropped from the side today. There was a bit of turn for the Bangladeshi leggy spinner. There was a bit of turn for spin all day, actually. Wicket undercovers all day yesterday with torrential rain in Dundee yesterday. The ground staff have done a wonderful job to get this game on and presented a really good pitch for both sides to play on.
Down leg side for Kim Garth, and she's had a stern word with herself. Always difficult bowling to left right hand combination, so always good if you can get that combination going. A bonus for any batting team.
Yeah, but good swing, really good swing. Seam was in a good position. Just got to start it a little bit more on the offside. Yeah, just telling herself, started on the off stump. Short, pull away. Beautiful stroke out to the deep. Excellent work in the deep. That's fantastic fielding. Really good support for the bowler.
Yeah, she's been brilliant all week, Shauna Kavanagh. She's been marshalling that boundary fantastically well. Lightning across the ground and a very good quick release after she's dived there. So impressive from her, and that's what Ireland are going to need more of today. They've got to be desperate in the field.
Yeah, desperation. Dive and everything. Every half chance must be taken. Swung away. Nice bit of away swing. Indecision by the batter. Nearly dragging one back onto the stumps, and Ireland just need to create some pressure. Bangladesh know if they bat the overs, keep wickets in hand, they'll cruise this chase. Ireland need wickets, create a little bit of indecision, maybe create a little bit of panic on the sidelines.
It's a funny thing when you're used to scoring boundaries, when you're used to scoring runs, you can just create a bit of doubt, and that's what Kim Garth will be trying to do with all these dots. Great swing there from Garth to finish her over. A loose shot from Sukhtara. That finishes out the third. Bangladesh 10 for naught.
Well, good over again by Kim Garth. 2 of her overs are done and dusted. Laura Delaney, the captain's got a lot of work to do today. Rotate the bowlers where she sees fit. It's a strong batting lineup. Jyoti will come in, and Ritu Moni in the middle order. Nahida Akhtar and Alam, 2 fine bowlers batting in the top of the order. And wherever the Tigers go, they get fantastic support. Absolutely wonderful place to play cricket, Bangladesh. I've been lucky to be there 6 or 7 times. Wonderful people, a great love for the game. Emma Richardson, she's going to continue from the nursery road end, bowling her off spinner. Still no slip in place. Got 3 fielders behind point on the offside, saving one. An extra cover and a mid off. 2 leg side sweepers. Rashida likes leg side.
Flatter and slash to that fielder at backward point. So good field placement from the Irish skipper.
Well, I think there's 3 players saving one behind point. I just wonder, is there a chance to get a slip in? Try and take this wicket. Rashida Khatun favours the leg side. Flighted. Smashed every dot. Every dot Ireland will just grow that little extra half inch in confidence. But they need a couple. You feel they need a wicket or 2 in the power play.
Flighted. Strong shot. Wide of long on. Garth comes around. She'll keep it to 2. A bit of indecision. But Ayasha Rahman makes her ground. And that's the indecision we spoke about earlier. They haven't batted much together. They know that Garth has a good arm, but that was always 2 if they'd left straight away.
Good stroke. Mary Waldron behind just saying, straighter. I want you straighter. Good work by the Ireland keeper. Her job to get the fielders in the right position. Flatter. Cut away. Again, good work behind point. Excellent work. Leah Paul behind the point region. The left-hand throw. Good fielder. You always need your best fielders in around that cover point region. Extra cover.
Flighted. That's a loose delivery down leg side, and it will be a wide. Just didn't use her front half there, Emma Richardson.
Well, got away with it. A big loopy ball down leg side. Could easily been smashed to the boundary. Got away with just a wide. Attack that off stump. Needs to attack the off stump. Bowl it into the pitch. Drive the ball into the pitch. Tall bowler Emma Richardson. Use her height.
Sliced over the top. Gabby Lewis gives chase, but just evades her. That's 2 valuable runs for Bangladesh, and that's the kind of chance we were talking about. We said they needed to take them, and that's one that's eluded the fielder at mid-off.
Well, when you've got a low score, you've got to take every half chance. And this was in the air a long time for Gabby Lewis to get underneath it. Well, disappointing effort in the end. Flighted, big hit, in the air. Oh, Kim Garth just can't get underneath that. At the moment, the ball's dropping safely for Bangladesh.
Yeah, 2 half chances for Ireland there. Disappointing for them not to claim a wicket. Emma Richardson's had good plans, but she finishes out her second over. Goes for 11 so far. 4 overs gone. Bangladesh 16 for naught.
Yeah, things not going the way of Ireland at the moment. And Bangladesh will say you earn your luck, and rightly so. They've been aggressive. They've been committed. They've committed to absolutely everything. When they've decided to go for a big shot, they've given it everything. They look a strong outfit, Bangladesh. They're a happy unit. Very confident in their warm-ups and backing each other's ability. Led well by the coaching staff. Well, this is a big moment here for me. the captain, Laura Delaney, saying, I need a wicket. I'm going for broke here. They're going to give Kim Garth a third over. Is it one too many, Isabel, or would you like to hold two up the sleeve?
A rather wide delivery from Kim Garth, but she gets away with it. I think this is a good decision from Captain Laura Delaney. She knows this power play is really important, and Kim Garth is her best bowler when there are only two fielders out. Bangladesh at the moment still need a lot of runs. They're only going at fours. Kim Garth is her best chance at a wicket.
In swing down leg side. Mary Waldron tumbles away and stops it. Good stop by the keeper. Just wondering if it leaves Delaney slightly short of options at the back end or the middle overs if she needs to come back with a wicket or two.
Well, if she could bowl 8 overs, then the skipper would definitely have her bowling 8. But later on, pace off the ball, fielders out. So the more runs they have to bowl at, the better. Top edge on Orla Prendergast. Misread that one, went in, and it's just gone over her head. So living dangerously here, Rashida Khatun, but she's survived so far. Good length from Kim Garth.
Well, in swing, Khatun just turning the face too early, getting a leading edge, and things aren't going Ireland's way here at the moment. Kim Garth creating some real pressure, bowling with good pace, getting a nice swing on the ball. Smashed. Oh, what a shot. Absolutely smashed, crunched, bang, 4 runs.
That's the first time Kim Garth's got 2 full in her length. She was disappointed with the previous 2 deliveries, a wide, then a good ball. It's just gone over the fielder's head. And how often do you see that happen? Frustration for the bowler. And you just feel like Bangladesh might break the shackles here. They've got in on this wicket. They know the game plan. They know they just have to survive this over from Garth, and then it's other bowlers coming that they'd rather face. She gets everything on that, Rashida Khatun. 2 full again. She goes over mid-off.
In the air.
Richardson under it. And well taken from Richardson. Kim Garth delighted with that. She's better through the covers, Rashida Khatun. She should have stuck with her strong areas, but she's gone straight again, and she doesn't manage to clear the fielder this time. 4 chances and 1 taken.
Big wicket. Really, really crucial. Rashida Khatun played a beautiful stroke through the offside the previous ball. Tries to go downtown. Hits it high. Emma Richardson, who's having a good game, holds on. And Bangladesh have lost their first. That's a massive wicket for Ireland. Just what the doctor ordered. Here we see Kim Garth. Might have been slightly slower ball. Clever from the Ireland opener. Backpedaling never easy. Let's have a look at this. Was it a little slower ball? Yeah, I think it was a little leg cutter. Clever bowling, Kim Garth.
Yeah, just ran the fingers down the side of the ball. And she's bowled brilliant slower balls all week. Usually at the back of the hand, but she's gone for just the little leg cutter. So the batsman didn't recognise it was that bit slower. Got through the shot a bit too early, and Richardson's taken a good catch at mid-off. Yasha Rahman works it into the leg side. Again, indecision. But she's picked the gap, and that brings that wicketkeeper, your favourite player, Niall, on strike, Jyoti.
Yeah, having a good tournament, Jyoti. Wonderful behind the sticks, as always. 1 ball left of this 3rd over from Kim Garth. You would feel it's going to be her final over of this spell. Keep her 1 up her sleeve. So Jyoti will be well advised just to see this delivery out. Have a look at the change bowling. You never quite know what a wicketkeeper's going to do. They've got to slip in place, which I like to see. Kim Garth, can she finish with a 2nd? Nice ball, really good. Nice away swing. Good spell. You would feel that's going to be her done for a while. Keep her 1 up her sleeve. 1 for 11 off 3. Bangladesh 5 overs gone. They're 22 for 1. Game in the balance.
Well, big bowling change here. Sophie McMahon bowling the final over of the power play. She's come into the Irish setup and done really, really well. Comes from Leinster Cricket Club. Just bowls a nagging line and length. This wicket should suit her. Very difficult to get your hands through for Sophie McMahon, and if she gets into her spell well, she's a real fighter. What's interesting for me is who's going to bowl from the other end. Right arm fast, probably a little bit generous.
Right arm fast bowler. Let's see what Sophie McMahon can bring to the party.
I feel like that was her own description of her bowling.
Well, third man in the ring. Everybody up on the offside. Keeper standing up to the stumps. So Mary Walden trying to create a little bit of pressure. Two behind square on the leg side in the ring. Got a long on and a deep mid wicket. Plenty of gaps on leg side. If Ayesha Rahman wants to just tuck it leg side. Short leg side.
Really well fielded and fine leg by Richardson. She's having a good day. Batted well, she's hurt herself.
Well, I think she's rolled on the ball, I reckon, there. Probably got a bit of a... Well, she looks like she's in a bit of pain here. I think she just rolled on the ball because sometimes it's quite painful for a short period of time. No real alarm. She's got a bit of a grimace, but she's a tough cookie. Emma Richardson, she'll be all right.
Well, she saved her team 4 runs. Well, 3 runs. They've scampered through for a 1. That's not the start that McMahon will have wanted, but she gets away with it. They've changed the field a bit here for Jyoti. Still a deep mid wicket. There's still a backward square and a fine leg, but mid-ons come into the ring. Just a couple of changes here. Lara Moritz at third man goes across to fine leg and back across to third man. A good decision, I think. Jyoti's very strong through that area. Better length for McMahon. She's unable to collect. Long on comes in. She got a run out like that earlier in the week, Niall. 3 run outs in a game, Sophie McMahon. One of them was one of those little taps that luckily hits the stumps.
Well, Ireland will hope for a little bit of luck today. Defending 85. 86 for Bangladesh to win. Semi-final number 1. Big game coming up later on this afternoon. PNG against Thailand.
Short again, played to the offside. Ireland have 2 fielders out the leg side. Deep mid wicket and long on. For me, that deep mid wicket's too square. She hits it a bit straighter than that. Ayesha Rahman, from my own personal experience. Another change in the field. They've taken out fine leg. Sophie McMahon feeling comfortable about her line now, so they're going to have a mid wicket in between those 2 fielders on the boundary.
Full ball. Well bowled. A little bit of in duck. Keeper up to the stumps. Always creates a little bit of pressure. Mary Walden likes standing up to the stumps, likes to get involved in the game. Bowler's operating medium pace, so shouldn't be too many alarm bells standing up to the stumps, but keep the batter in the crease. Difficult to score, difficult to hit from a standing position. Man in again. That's close. Gone! Huge wicket. Nip back through the gate. McMahon asked the question, pleaded with the umpire, who answered yes. 2 down.
That's a fantastic delivery from McMahon. Not been at her best as we've seen her this week, but that one's moved a huge amount, and that's a perfect line and length for Ayesha Rahman. Likes to free her arms, likes the ball just outside off stump, so if you can bring it back in, you're always in the game with her. It's been slow from her, 7 for 18. Bangladesh reduced to 24 for 2, and Ireland in the game.
Yeah, struggled, really struggled. Ayesha Rahman opening up. Never got going today, but McMahon has got going quickly. Lovely, lovely ball this. A little bit back through the gate. Pleading. Answered in the positive. That's an absolutely massive breakthrough. And Ireland back in this game. 2 down in the power play. Let's have a look at this from the different angle. A little bit of nip back through the gate. Is it going on to hit middle leg? I think that's a good decision by the umpire. Looked fairly straight to me.
Well, it's not going over, and she's very deep in her crease. That's what the wicketkeeper does, unable to come out of her crease there. And very little doubt for me that that's crashing into leg stump. So we've got the opener from the previous game, Sanjida Islam. What can she do?
Cut away. straight to backward point. That's a good over. Sophie McMahon, that's a good power play by Ireland. Bangladesh 24 for 2, chasing 86 to win and get to the final, but more importantly get to the World Cup in Australia. Good power play, Isabel. Ireland have been pretty good.
Yeah, really good bowling from the opening bowlers, Kim Garth and Emer Richardson. Emer Richardson a little unlucky not to get a wicket, but she's managed to bowl 4 dot balls. Disappointing for her. We thought she'd get 1 or 2, but Kim Garth got the breakthrough early on. Left-hander out, that's important for Ireland. They've been expensive in the extras, so bowling to route 2 right-handers will suit them. And Sophie McMahon, what a competitor she is. One of my favourite cricketers. You always know you're in a battle with Sophie McMahon. And here we have Orla Prendergast, our massive young talent for Ireland. Has also moves the ball back in. Hasn't bowled at her best. What can she do today?
Well, a little bit of induck again. And Ireland all of a sudden have a spring in their step. Really have. That second wicket especially. You can just see the mentality in the field. They're throwing themselves around. Plenty of applause, plenty of clapping and cheering on their teammates. It's game on here in Forfarshire, you feel. Wide, playing a miss, flirting with that wide line, but gets away with it. Well, I just wonder, can Mary Waldron, who's a talented wicketkeeper, stand up to the stumps a little bit more to some of the other pace bowlers and just create that indecision that led to that second wicket. Keep the batter in the crease.
Well, she let a few 5 wides through the other day. That cost them, so she's making sure. And that's why Orla Prendergast rarely bowls extras at home, but the added pressure today and all through the week means she hasn't been at her best. But I spoke to her before the game. She plays on my Super 3s team, the Scorchers. Sometimes she just doesn't drive through with her front arm. So I said, Orla, when you're at the top of your mark, just have me in your head. Get through the crease. She does it really well there. Much better from her.
That's all she needs. You in her head at the top of the mark. You're here.
What better?
You're here in the com box. You're in her head. You're still playing. I thought you were retired.
Well, you know, your teammate, you got to look after your teammates. She's still on my Scorchers team, so.
A little bit of. Oh, what a catch! Absolutely superb catch at backward point. And all of a sudden, the tide is turning here in Forfarshire, and it's turning Ireland's way.
Well, a dejected looking Jyoti cannot believe that she's been drawn into that shot. Wide, full, there to hit. But Leah Paul perfectly placed, in Ireland coming together as a group. They're starting to believe. 1 more wicket. That's what the skipper will be saying. They know that it's Pinky coming out. And she's the one that'll take all the pressure in this situation. If they can get her, they're really in the game.
Oh, it's superb. Not for Jyoti, who's gone for 1. What a catch by Paul at backward point. Prendergast straight into the attack, straight in the wickets column. This is turning out to be an absolute crackerjack game. Jyoti, well, not to be for her today. She was good behind the stumps, but failed with the bat. This was a wonderful catch. It was wide. Hit well, but straight to the backward point. You always have your best fielders at backward point. Nonchalantly taken. Wonderful to see.
Well, she was their player of the match last game, Jyoti, but she'll have to go for 1. Disappointment for her. Pinky comes in wearing a cap. Not too worried about the bounce, obviously. The tall Prendergast getting a bit more than other bowlers perhaps, but this wicket hasn't really yielded any bouncers yet this week.
Well, Ireland, I would say, are on top here. They need to hold their nerve. They need to bowl a good line and length. They need to feel like absolute demons. Big prize at stake. Pinky on strike. Well bowled. Really good. Attacking the stumps. Good tall action. Prendergast looks like she can generate some decent pace and bit of movement off the seam.
Yeah, she's only young. She's only 17 years old. Been in the team for a couple of months. Lots of responsibility on her, but sometimes that's the best way to go. Get the youngsters in. They don't feel the pressure.
Well, that's going to be called a wide. asking the ball to do too much. Shouldn't lose heart there, Prendergast. Keep attacking the top of the off stump. You can just see in the Ireland body language. Lots of applause, lots of encouragement. Standing tall here. Runs on the board in a knockout game. Excellent. Excellent, and excellent fielding. Really, really good fielding. 7 overs bowled. Bangladesh stuttering along. 27 for 3. Chasing 86 to win. And to get themselves a place in that play. And this is the next game. We've got PNG. Superb to see PNG playing such wonderful cricket. They're in semi-final number 2 against Thailand, who have been equally impressive. Led well by their coaching staff. An ex-opponent of mine, wonderful player. A very talented side, but for the time being, Bangladesh. They're chasing 86. They're 27 for 3, and their innings are stuttering. Ian is alongside. Ian, good afternoon. How did you see this one playing out?
Well, it's not gone the way I expected. It was a really strong start there. And, you know, first 2 overs down. Bangladesh looked in a very strong position. But all of a sudden, the end of a power play, sitting on 24 for 2. And like you said, the importance of wickets in this game, especially this format of the game. 27 for 3 now. 7 gone. Ireland definitely in the driving seat here. Great to see.
Good work. Mary Waldron up to the stumps. Always impressive behind the sticks. Sophie McMahon has been very good. Good action. A little bit of nip back in. Just keep attacking the stumps. Ireland's seam bowlers have been very, very good today. They're strangling this Bangladesh batting lineup. Full toss in the air. It's going to fall safely down to third man. You just feel that Bangladesh are slightly nervy for the first time in this tournament.
Well, just having a look at the field here, and it just shows the intent from the captain here. There's only 2 fielders out of the inner ring here for Ireland.
Good stroke. Punched off the back foot. Sanjida. We're used to seeing her bat up the order. Sanjida got a good technique. Struggled a little bit for fluency in the previous couple of games, so just dropped down the order ever so slightly, but a nice stroke maker. Ireland seamers are just strangling Bangladesh at the moment, with keeper up to the stumps and some terrier-like fielding. Got a good grip on this fixture. Playing a miss, and with every dot, the pressure grows, the run rate goes up. Sophie McMahon doing a fine job for her captain. Run rate's 3.91. They need 4.5. 4.5 can go to 5 very quickly. 5 goes to 6s, and 6s are difficult on this pitch.
Still think Bangladesh are in a solid position here. They may have lost momentum, but like you said, just a couple boundaries. So that's just pushed forwards, and suddenly the game's back in control. Hit the boundary rope, and suddenly it's nice.
I'll stick you on the spot then, Ian. Which camp would you rather be in now? Ireland with 85 on the board, or Bangladesh at 30 for 3?
I'd rather be in the Ireland camp. 3 wickets down. Momentum's going your way.
That's the right answer.
There we are. Celtic friends here in the commentary box.
Good bowling, excellent bowling. Good line and length. Don't need to do anything different. Superb over. 8 overs gone, 30 for 3.
McMahon has really bowled absolutely wonderfully here. Look at that, 30 for 3. 85 all out after 20 overs. It was a really good knock by Richardson at the top, same as she did against Thailand. Really put them in control, but Laura Delaney, I thought, played really, really nicely for Ireland. Really putting in a captain's knock, and that 25 runs, it looked faulty at the top of the order. Suddenly managed to get them over the 80s.
Well, beautiful scenes here in Dundee. It's a wonderful part of the country. First time visiting, really enjoying my time. Prendergast, Nick, goal! Oh, what a beautiful catch! Mary Waldron leaping like a salmon to her right.
Oh, and the celebration as well. She got the aeroplane wings out there. She knew that was an amazing catch there, and a game-changing moment again. It's the 4th wicket for Bangladesh, and what a wonderful catch behind the stumps.
Well, it's going from bad to worse here for Bangladesh. An absolutely fantastic catch behind the stumps. Well, well, well. What can we say? Pinky's been, Pinky's gone. Prendergast bowling wide of the off stump. Nick, good catch, got 2 hands to it. Would have been disappointed if she dropped it, but that's a really, really good catch. Mary Waldron, always in the game behind the stumps. Fabulous, fabulous catch in Ireland. Well, they've got the Bangladeshi batters rocking. Well, Ritu Modi, excellent bowler. They're going to need her to bat today and bat well, because she comes to the crease under real pressure. These young Ireland bowlers are standing tall just when it counts. Excellent again. And at the moment, 30 for 4. As a Bangladesh batter, you look up and all you can see is bright green jerseys in your eye line. There's no gaps. Everything's being caught. Everything being stopped. Pressure building. Good captaincy from Laura Delaney, keeping the fielders in the ring, creating some real pressure. Good again. Well, all Prendergast is doing is saying, if you want to hit me, you've got to take a risk. I'm going to bowl a good line of length. I'm going to attack the stumps. If you want to attack me, you're going to have to take a big risk.
She's giving the Bangladesh batters a taste of their own medicine. It was exactly what they did. The Irish batters in their innings, a good line and length, and short and simple.
Wow, playing a miss. Everything Prendergast doing at the moment, turning to gold. Exceptional figures, 2 for 3. Well, Mary Waldron, been playing for a number of years, has improved a lot behind the stumps. A really good keeper for Ireland. Key figure in the field as always. Missing out. Short wide. Going to be called a wide. Probably a fair call. She's flirted with that wide line on a number of occasions. That time the umpire says 1 time too many.
Yeah, won't be too disappointed with that. You can see what Prendergast is trying to do here. Like you said, just flirting with that wider line, and a couple of swinging and misses. Was on a wicket maiden. 3 balls and a wicket at the start of the over there. Just a wide given, but really impressive stuff here from the bowler.
Well, for me, it's who holds the nerve best now. It's a nervy occasion. Such a huge prize at stake. Whoever can hold the nerve here. It's 55 from 67. Plenty of balls left. Someone needs to bat through to the end here for Bangladesh. Ireland just need to keep the squeeze on. Keep squeezing. Excellent. Superb. Brilliant over. Prendergast. She's bowled superbly with 2 overs, 2 for 4. There's 9 overs, bowled 31 for 4.
Star of the show for Ireland. Figures are 2 for 4, like you said. 31 for 4, and you love to see it. You talk about the importance of this game. This is what it's all about. A qualifier, a win or nothing semi-final. Book a place in the final, also book a place to Australia. That's what it's all about. Sport, the drama, and Ireland clawing themselves back, and I love to see it as well. The coaching team next to us, just next to our commentary position. Smiles on their faces for the first time as well.
Yeah, dare to believe. The Ireland fans have travelled over in numbers as always. McMahon to continue. Flick leg side. Should just be 1. Throw a bit wild, but got to the ball quickly. That's what you got to do in the boundary. Got to get to the ball quickly. Negate the batter's thinking about a second. Move quickly, but McMahon's been good. We speak about Prendergast. McMahon's been equally impressive.
That's a little confidence boosting shot there from Sanjita. Just plays it off the hip, and that's going to give a little morale boost. Ball's there to be hit. Just snag a single. That's what they need to start doing here. Just get that run rate increasing a little bit, and hopefully find the boundary rope.
Well, Ritu will get off the mark at the 6th attempt. So pressure was building on Ritu Moni. Ones, as you say, Ian, ones and twos build a little partnership. Just get a bit of momentum back, wrestle a little bit of the initiative back to the Bangladeshi side, because it's all been Ireland this innings so far. Well ball, well fielded. Good work off your own bowling. Warm applause from the fans.
Wow, I love it. Kira Metcalf said to me, always the first receiver, the bowler. McMahon perfectly demonstrating that.
Excellent. Just exactly the same as Prendergast, saying, I'm going to hit a good line of length. My keeper's standing up. You can't come out of your crease. You've got to hit from a standing position. There's not much pace to work with. So the little sweep and a dab won't yield too many runs, you wouldn't think. Has Sanjida got the confidence to try and take on the mid-on and mid-off? Chopped away. Shouldn't be one. Again, dot balls, absolutely crucial. They've bowled 6 wide so far, Ireland. No balls, which is absolutely crucial. Can't give free hits away. McMahon, hold your nerve. Finish out the over. She bowled well so far, 1 for 7 from her 2.5. Finish out with another dot ball. It'll just be a single to finish the 11th. They need 52 from 60. 34 for 4.
It's a better over there for Bangladesh. Keeping the run rate ticking over. See that, 34 for 4. Sanjida in now, just hoping to increase the run rate and guide Bangladesh to victory. 52 needed from 60 balls. As Niall said earlier on, ball count starts increasing. You got to find the boundary rope. You've got to hit the runs. As Niall leaves and Isabel Joyce rejoins.
Yeah, still not out of reach at all for Bangladesh. Feels like they took a deep breath at the beginning of that over. That's well bowled again from Prendergast. Yeah, deep breath for them. They kind of realised it's still not over a run of ball. Let's not panic. So Sanjida Islam and Ritu Moni. Ritu Moni usually bats higher up the order. This is a new position for her, so plenty of experience for her. Ireland will need to keep taking wickets if they're going to win this game.
Well, evidence again today, just showing how difficult of a surface it is to bat on. Forfeiture.
Really good length again. Indecision, Leah Paul's been excellent. She's been brilliant in that point region. She's growing into that position. Often wicket keeps for her club, Marion. So she's only just going to point. Not a real big position in club cricket. Not too much pace on the ball. So usually fields on the boundary. But she's gaining her in experience and she's growing into that position. Short moves across, pulls. There's a fielder there. Seems like Ireland have all the answers at the moment. So a few dots and a single aren't going to do it for Bangladesh. And every single ball that they bowl that doesn't yield a run for Bangladesh is a win for Ireland. I've spoken about it before. It's whoever holds their nerve longest will win this game. You wouldn't have thought at the halfway point that Ireland would end up on top halfway through this game, but they are at the moment. Well fielded again from Shauna Kavanagh, attacking. She knows she's got to stop the single in there.
Almost a shrug of the shoulders there. That's her job. And Ireland, like you said, all the answers right now. Struggling to find gaps, struggling to find the boundary rope. 51 needed still.
Driven strongly, but again straight to the fielder and cover. Orla Prendergast is playing a blinder here. 2.5 overs gone, and she's got 2 for 5. Those are good looking figures for the youngster. It's easily the best she's bowled all week. Only bowled 1 over last game, 1 over the game before. Hasn't found her feet until this occasion, and what a time to find it. Short again, pushes onto the back foot. Kim Garth reads it perfectly. And that's the end of her third. Prendergast, she's been miserly. 2 for 5. Bangladesh, 35 for 4 after 11. So just 9 overs to go for Bangladesh, and their required run rate creeping up to that coveted 1 a ball that Ireland will be looking for. And look at those figures. 14 dots from 3 overs for Orla Prendergast. Incredible work from the teenager. She's bowled 3 extras, so only 2 runs off the bat for Bangladesh against the tall in-swinger.
Well, so impressive, Prendergast. And McMahon really putting Ireland in such a strong position here. And well, it's all about dot balls in this format of the game. And well, the captain, Laura Delaney, will be delighted as she puts herself onto bowl here.
She'll be delighted with that description of her bowling right arm fast as well. She'll say it herself, but no one else really says it about her. And I think she'll actually be happy that she's not too quick, because this is the surface for kind of nagging bowlers. You don't want too much pace. They're the only ones that you can kind of, if you get it slightly wrong, that you can get some runs. So field at the moment, 4 in on the offside, just to cover fielder on the boundary to get Delaney into her spell. Deep mid-wicket, long on. Richardson moves round to 45 in the ring. Mid-wicket, Shauna Kavanagh. So still only 3 fielders out for Ireland. A short one slapped away. Una Raymond Hoey, really good fielder. She's been brought in mainly for her fielding today. This is her first game of the tournament. I spoke to my brother and he said she'll save you 10 runs in the field. So those 10 runs really, really important today. So Ritu Moni on strike. Delaney brings long on up. Says, you can hit me over. I haven't seen you do it yet. Down leg, and well done from Mary Waldron. She knows how important it is that those don't go for more than 1. Ritu Moni as a square leg fielder on the boundary, so big gap if she can go over the straighter fielders on the leg side.
That's 2 wides in a row. And, well, Laura Delaney got to do what her teammates were just portraying in the last couple of overs. Bowl that tight line and keep the pressure on Bangladesh. And like you say, go to that coveted run a ball.
And she does go over mid-wicket. Doesn't get all of it, so Gabby Lewis giving chase. She's kept interested for a while, but she doesn't manage to get there. Oh, that's Ritu Moni's strong area, mid-wicket. If she's going big, she's going square, or she's going over mid-wicket. So Ireland need to maybe rethink this. They've kept it really tight for a long time. Do they need to just cover the boundaries a little bit more? They've brought third man up. They've put mid-wicket out, long on out. So she plays it into that vacant mid-wicket area. Orla Prendergast in really quickly. Does well. Keeps it down to 1. So our Bangladesh support on the sideline starting to get excited. They know every run is so important in a low-scoring game. Two straight again into mid-wicket. Again, Orla Prendergast comes in. She misfields this time. They come through for a second. Get back easily.
Well, it was Islam that made the call there to run 2. And was being cheered on by her teammates on the boundary rope. They've woken up after that boundary.
So Delaney needs a tight few balls here to just stop this over from being really expensive. Change in field. 45 comes into mid-wicket. So she really needs to be straight here, Delaney. And she is, that fielder. Not able to cut it off, but long on, able to keep it down to 1. So 1 ball remaining in this over, and in this kind of game, Ian, 1 big over can be the winning or the losing of a game.
You can just feel the momentum shifting slightly. 11 off it so far.
And that's the line that I think Laura Delaney needed to bowl all over. She's got the field set for that. She finishes strong, recognises the right line length at the end. Her over goes for 11. And Bangladesh, off 12 overs, have moved to 46 for 4.
Well, 40 runs needed for Bangladesh to book their place in the final, and more importantly, a place in the Women's T20 World Cup in Australia. Well, a nice innings from Katan, the opening 13 off 15, but it was Rahman actually, the other opener, 7 off 18, really struggled to get going.
Yep, and a lot to do for these two in the middle. They've done well so far, Sanjida and Ritu Moni. Kim Garth returns. I feel this is a good decision from Delaney. Bring back your strike bowler. Pushes that into the covers. A little bit too full from Garth. So her captain will have brought her back to try and nab another wicket. Get one of these two out and you're into the lower order. Lots of encouragement on the sideline for Ritu Moni. She's bowled really well all tournament, but now she's got a job to do at the bat. Straighter, driven down the ground. There's no single there. Sanjida thinking about taking a single. I think she's speaking to Ritu Moni. Emma Richardson warming up in front of us. She's bowled 2 so far. She's been really good.
A really smart decision here by Laura Delaney to put Kim Garth on. Fantastic middle spell for Ireland. Now she's got to find a wicket.
Shorter, bowled into the wicket. Moni hasn't quite got the pace of that. It's come off a little bit slowly, so it's hit the bottom half of her bat. Valuable dots from Garth, but she's using up her strike bowlers over early on. She'll want a wicket. What can Kim Garth do? Slower ball. Can she get another catch at mid-on? Roll the fingers down the side, out the back of the hand. Excellent fielding in mid-wicket from Gabby Lewis. Good anticipation. That one's still shaping away. I thought that one was going to go down leg side for a wide, but started on leg stump and came back to middle, so bit of luck for Garth there, or skill.
It was just about the right line. He said it looked like it was going to dart off. The length, just perfect, just forcing the batter onto the back foot there.
And a softer shot from Ritu Moni. Well played. Slightly leg side. We've seen this a few times so far this tournament. Captains bring back their strike bowler a little bit earlier to get a wicket. It's usually yielded results, but Garth only has 1 ball in which to claim her second wicket. Could this be costly for Ireland? A wide and not taken from Garth. Lara Moritz comes in off the boundary. Well, that's obviously hit a pad. Apologies. So a leg by, so good result for Garth in the end. A tidy over, but no wicket from it. 13 gone. Bangladesh are 49 for 4. And that's the story of the bowling so far. What a spell Order Prendergast has bowled. 2 wickets for her, just the 5 runs in 3 overs. Other wicket takers, Sophie McMahon, she's been brilliant as well. And Kim Garth finished her spell there. 1 wicket, just 13 runs, 14 dots and 4 overs. And it's Richardson who's going to return now. She's also bowled well and slightly more expensive than the other bowlers, apart from Delaney, but also unlucky. Few chances not quite going to hand. So her skipper bringing back her 2 opening bowlers early, trying to take the game as late as possible. Laura Delaney.
Well, 4 dots from the 2 overs. No wickets yet. Should we open to pick one up? Did fantastic with the bat. Did Richardson. Quick fire 25 really lifted the Irish team.
Great start from her. Kim Garth in really tight there. Lovely flight from Richardson. She knows that Sangeeta's more looking for the singles in cover than looking to go over mid-off. Just making sure they have the field exactly right here, Ireland. Deep mid-wicket. They've got square leg in front. A straight mid-wicket saving one and a long on. Down the wicket and defended again.
Oh, really nice bowling there. So we're hoping she can have 4 more of those.
Flighted again, and Kim Garth tidies up. Looked like she was going to come down Sangeeta, but Hema Richardson pulling her length back. Seems to have it on a string. Dances down, goes over a long off. Well struck. She's going to need to hit a few more of those. That one's a well-needed boundary from Bangladesh. They've crossed the 50 mark. And are they on the charge?
Yeah, you saw the she was tempted to do that at the ball earlier. They got long on off, but not long off. The gap was there. Really nice shot, as you just see the scoreboard there. 37 runs required.
Flatter, goes deep, hits it to the cover fielder.
This partnership really nice now. 24 from 34 balls. Pardon me, 32 needed from 37. That run rate just above 5 right now. Another boundary. That's what Bangladesh need right now.
Down. Good effort in mid-wicket. Sophie McMahon it is. She saves a couple of runs. They come through for 1. That finishes the 14th. Bangladesh move on to 55 for 4. Really important over this. Who's going to bowl next? Kim Garth finished her spell. There you have the boundary. She's gone straight through the line. Stayed leg side of it. More slapped it than a classical drive over the top, but she got all that was needed. Sangeeta Isam. With every boundary, Bangladesh will say we're much, much closer with a small total like that. And it's looking like the left arm slow bowler, Leah Paul, coming on for her first over of the day. She's been really good this tournament. She's joint 5th wicket taker so far before today with 5 wickets. Just taken up left arm or off spin recently, so a lot of pressure on her considering her inexperience, but she's done a decent job with the bat so far this tournament and the ball. New to the team. It's always difficult to face left arm spin.
Well, she's been good in the field today. Big job. 5 and over required by Bangladesh to book a berth in the World Cup in Australia. Game hangs in the balance, you feel. 1 more wicket. Ireland will be asking for. Stick 1 more wicket on that column.
Slow, outside off, wide straight away. So 3 out on the leg side for Paul, 1 out in cover boundary. Floated, hit strongly. Sorry, that fielder in cover is in the ring. See her there.
Well, plenty of flight. It's a risky game.
Shorter gives herself room. Richardson does well in extra cover.
Much better line and length. Driving that ball into the stumps, into the crease. Well, this is risky by Leah Paul. All the fielders are up on the offside. Captain Delaney trying to create some pressure. can't yield a boundary or two at this stage.
That's a good line and length. I'd like to see cover go out, and yep, they send her out. 4 balls gone, just the one from it. They've been lucky not to have one go through so far, and so good decision. Hits it straight, and that one gets past the skipper Delaney. Clubbed. She came down, stayed leg side of it, clubbed down the ground, and as a stern words from Sanjita Islam, she's saying, keep going, stay with me.
Well, that was fairly inevitable, you feel. Leopold kept tossing the ball up. The batter was on the charge time and time again. Connected well. Shorter. Cut away. Bit of work to be done in the deep. Does it well. Coming back for 2. That's good running. Really good running by Bangladesh. Superb urgency at the crease.
Get within 30 and you're halfway there. Get within 15 and the game's nearly won. That's the way I look at T20 cricket, and that's what Bangladesh seem to have done here. They're almost within that 15. They've crossed the 60 mark really quickly, so 5 overs remaining. They don't need too many more now, just the 24.
Well, they should be able to get there at this stage without too many alarm bells, but you never know. T20 cricket, a pressure environment. Kim Garth is done and dusted. I wondered whether the captain Delaney would be better keeping Kim Garth one up her sleeve for later on. She went all out. Kim Garth is done. Sophie McMahon, 1 for 8 from her 3 today. She's been exceptional. Can't you give Ireland a glimmer of hope? They need a wicket or 2, Ireland. This game is drifting away from them.
On the money straight away, McMahon. Just that nagging line and length, and at her pace can't quite get her hands through. Sanjita Islam, really good down the ground, hits well to cow corner, but she can't get her hands through for a boundary on that occasion. She'll be waiting for the one that's a little bit fuller from McMahon.
Well, good partnership by Islam and Moni.
Short sent back. Lara Moritz opting to go for the long barrier.
Well, this partnership's been good. Sanjita Islam, 15 from 26, and Ritu Moni, just good level-headed batting. Taking the odd chance. They've run well between the wickets. Assess the situation. Chip leg side. There is protection. Plenty of protection leg side boundary, so it's always safe. And Ireland, they're going to have to take a bit of a chance here soon. They need a couple of wickets. They're not going to restrict Bangladesh. 23 required from 27. 6 wickets in hand. Ireland need another wicket. Need to create a little bit of a half chance.
Good fielding from Lara Moritz. Moves well to her left in third man. No single again. Yeah, it's a big call now for captain Laura Delaney. She's got 1 over left from Prendergast, 1 from Richardson. This is Sophie McMahon's final over. She needs another from somewhere. She has Lara Moritz, hasn't bowled her yet. And she's got 3 left. Oh, a half chance.
Where would you be going with all your experience here, Isabel? Which route would you be thinking? You need a wicket. Who's most likely to get you a wicket here for Ireland?
It's order Prendergast for me. Have to get a wicket. They've got to bring her back next over. Well bowled again from McMahon. She finishes that over really strongly. What a spell from the youngster. 22 years old. 1 for 9 from her 4.
Yeah, wonderful. Absolutely sensational today. McMahon was brilliant. Her job is done with the ball. There's the beautiful sights and sounds. This is the match summary. Semi-final 1. 85 all out Ireland. Slightly disappointing. Richardson played well, gave the innings some impetus. The captain did a decent job. 25 albeit off 39 balls. Fahima was great with the ball. 3 for 18. In reply, Bangladesh, they need 23 from 24 balls. Sanjita's going well. 16 not out. Ritu 14 not out. It's game on. There's still plenty of cricket to be played here. Place of the World Cup up for grabs. Paul to continue, her left arm, slow orthodox.
Well, this might be the over. Bangladesh decide to take it on. Paul's been really good this tournament, but Bangladesh good players of spin, so they'll fancy their chances. Floated down the wicket, edged. Effort from Lara Moritz. She goes for it. Oh, sorry, Sophie McMahon. She chases. They'll come back for 2. It's a good result for Bangladesh.
Well, it was in the air a long time. McMahon just finished a spell. You could excuse her for maybe not being quite on the ball. Good effort in the end, just out of reach. And everything going Bangladesh way.
Flatter on the back foot. Just stays its line. So that's a dangerous shot from Sanjida Islam. And you think that she'd noticed that because she stayed still for a long time there, Niall.
Well, Kim Garth is positioned at mid-off. You feel she might be in the game here.
Good hands. There's a fielder out there. Shauna Kavanagh fields well. Good throw into the keeper. So Ritu Moni back on strike.
Well, all you can ask for here if you're an Ireland player, get the game to the last over. Even if you've got 3-4 runs to try and defend, get it to the last over. Try and create a little bit of panic in the middle in the dressing room, and you've got half a chance.
Well bowled, but played to third man. Sophie McMahon reads it well, gets moving early. That straighter line against Moni is a good one.
Well, 9 extras Ireland have bowled. They've given up 9 wides today, which is a lot in a T20 game to be giving up 9 extra deliveries.
Slower, dances, goes straight to the fielder and cover. But Shauna Kavanagh reads it well. Moni wants to pull, collects, and she's out. Ritu Moni pulls out the dive, and that's the wicket that Ireland were looking for. It was slow off the deck. It was very close. For a second there, I thought it was too slow off the deck, but Ritu Moni has to go. Shauna Kavanagh effects a good run out, and what a time to do it for Ireland.
Well, you've been talking all trip about Shauna Kavanagh's pace between the wickets and agility and fielding expertise. Well, it's paid off in absolute dividends there. Brilliant fielding by the Pembroke cricketer. Great throw. Kamikaze running, it must be said. Absolutely no need to run yourself out when you've got the game in your grasp. Ritu Moni runs herself out for 15. And is there a twist in the tail?
Well, she did it in the first innings. A good decision there. Just didn't quite get the dive out early enough. Ritu Moni, she knows she's out. She knew it was tight. Not surprised to see umpire Eloise Sheridan's finger go up. Fine. Good sweep shot. It was full. It was a risky shot. Una Raymond Hoey gives chase. And they'll come back for 3. And it's the leg spinner who did the damage in the first innings, Fahima Khatun, who comes to the crease. She's batted really well all tournament.
Well, a slightly expensive over. 8 coming off it, but Ireland got a run out. They got a wicket. They got a foothold back in the game. 15 required from 3 overs. A wonderful game of cricket. It's ebbed and flowed all day. Played in pleasant sunshine in front of a good crowd on a good surface. And you just feel Ireland, if they can get to that last over, with Bangladesh needing 4, would you take 4?
Well, if Kim Garth still had an over, I'd take 4, but I'm not sure who's going to be the one. I think it's going to be Laura Delaney, the skipper, who's going to end up bowling that over. Orla Prendergast will bowl the second to last, and it's Emer Richardson who'll bowl her 4th now from the Nursery Road end.
It's that age-old question. You just need one more over from somebody. The captain made her call. She bowled Kim Garth 3 up front, and then bowled her 1 in the back end, the middle of the stage of the game. I would have liked to have 1 up her sleeve now. Anyway, 3 overs to go. 15 required. 14 for a super over. You wouldn't bet against a super over. Why not? Glorious sunshine.
Flat defended. Richardson fields well off her own bowling. The field's up on the offside, so they're not going to be getting too many quick singles in there. Long off out, long on, cow, and deep backward square. 2 in on the leg side.
Yeah, absolutely pivotal here for Ireland. If you're in the ring, you must save 1. Get nice and close.
Flat again. She goes for the sweep. It's strongly struck straight of that mid-wicket fielder. And that's the boundary they were looking for. That's all the runs she can go for this over, Richardson.
Well, good shot. Sanjita Islam batting slightly lower in the order than we've been accustomed to seeing her. Good technician. Good technique. Powerfully struck. Really good boundary. All she needs to do now is pick up a couple of singles and you're ahead of the game this over.
Floated, dances down. And the same area again. That's mid-wicket fielders 2 square. Lots of appreciation from the Bangladesh players on the sideline. They're on their feet. They know what this means. And Sanjita Islam likes to bowl, likes to face spin. This is the over she decided she was going to try and win the game.
Well, that's clever batting. Off spin to a right-handed batter. Hit with the spin. Commit to the stroke. That's the key there. Absolute commitment. It's all well and good moving the fielder now. The horse is halfway down the field, I'm afraid. No point closing the gate now. Back-to-back 4s. Get Bangladesh within touching distance of a final and a place on a plane to Australia for the World Cup.
Yeah, the big blow, those 2 balls. Irish hopes of a victory here. They didn't do enough with the bat. They've been fantastic with their bowling and fielding all game, but a couple of loose deliveries, a couple of good shots. That's all that Bangladesh need to get over the line. Just the 7 required. Richardson around the wicket. Pushing it across. There's a good effort from Leopold. Direct hit. That's well out. She wasn't even in the frame.
Well, you never know. Little dab to third man. Leopold. As she's been all tournament excellent in that backward point, short third man region. One-handed pick up and underarm throw. Quick release was the key there. And a direct hit. Well, it's another wicket. And Ireland just, every time you think they're out of the game, they just get themselves back in it.
Hasn't done too much batting. Jahanara Alam, the first of the real bowlers to come in and bat. Handy bowler. There you have little dab. Leopold saw it straight away. And she's miles out.
One of the easier decisions for our umpires. They've had
hand over to her skipper, who will no doubt bowl the last over. Here we go. Big shot straight away, and that's through. She's thrown her hands at that, Alam. That's a fantastic shot. 2 full from Prendergast. That's 4 runs.
Really good shot. Classy shot. Full of class. Jahanar Alam, wonderful with the ball. Has come out today in a pressure cooker environment. Think the first one for a single. Crunched one through covers for 4. 2 to win. Single. Ah, good cricket. Good cricket from Bangladesh. Clever. Playing the percentages. Yeah, a little thumbs up to her teammates in the dugout. No alarms. Jahanar Alam. And it's going to be fitting. That's Sanjita Islam, who's batted so well, 31 not out from 36, is on strike to potentially hit the winning runs and get Bangladesh to a World Cup.
That's a great shot from Islam. That's the single that they needed, and it's a victory. They held their nerve. Third last over, Islam. She said, this is the over, I'm going to do it. Went for 2 boundaries, and she's the one who's hit the winning runs, and look at those celebrations. That's what it means to them to get on that plane to Australia.
Well, congratulations to Bangladesh. Deserved winners, it must be said. They've been the best team this tournament for the last 4 or 5 days. They've gone over the line here against Ireland, They've had a couple of stutters along the way, yes, but a fantastic all-round performance sees Bangladesh through to the final and through to the World Cup next year in fabulous Australia. Islam came good with the bat just when her team needed. Fantastic innings, batting through for 32 not out. Handshakes all around. The game was played fair. It was played hard. It was played in good spirits. Truth be told, Ireland weren't good enough. Not enough runs on the board with the bat. Just 85 runs scored with the bat. Never going to be enough. For Ireland, there's a bit of work to be done. A bit of thinking and planning. But you feel Bangladesh, they've been the best side all tournament, must be said. Handshakes all round. Sad end to Ireland's World Cup hopes. Deserved victory for Bangladesh. They've been the best side all tournament, as I've mentioned. They've got wonderful bowlers, pace, spin. Excellent in the field. They've got a fantastic wicketkeeper in Jyoti. And they've got some class with the bat. Bangladesh will prosper. They'll go to the final on Saturday. Who they will play, we don't know. Second semi-final coming up. It will be Thailand against PNG in the next semi-final. That should be an absolute belter. And these are good scenes, as the Bangladesh players just have a little huddle, have a little chat. Time to celebrate. A job well done. They've come from warm climes. Look at these moments. Look at these celebrations. That's what it's all about. This is what we play the game for. Winning tournaments, getting to World Cups, winning crunch games. Joyous scenes here in Forfarshire Cricket Club. They've come to unfamiliar terrain. Cold, wet, windy conditions. They've prospered. They've shown their class each and every time they've taken the field. Fabulous scenes here for Bangladesh cricket. Their men are currently playing a test match against Afghanistan. Well, their women have done the country proud today. Well, the groundsman, a bit of work to do before the next game. This is semi-final one. This is what's happened. Ireland winning the toss, decided to have a bat first. 85 all out. It was never going to be enough. Richardson played well, 25 off 17. Delaney, 25 off 39 balls. Fahima, beautiful leg spin, 3 for 18. Katoon, 1 for 10. Ritu Moni, 1 for 19. In reply, Bangladesh winning by 4 wickets, 86 for 6 with 9 balls to spare. Sanjida, who's been searching for a bit of form, 32 not out off 37. Prendergast, very impressive, 2 for 11. McMahon, excellent, 1 for 9. Kim Garth Bowell, 1 for 13. But in the end, not enough runs on the board. Bangladesh winning by 4 wickets. They'll be in the final Saturday. They'll also be in the World Cup in Australia. Well, the second semi-final will be coming up fairly shortly, folks. Thailand will play PNG for the opportunity to play against Bangladesh in the final, but also the opportunity to get to a World Cup. What a magnificent achievement that will be. This is the batting summary. Ireland were in the game early. A couple of early wickets. Rahman went for 7, Khatun 13. Jyoti, the keeper, who's normally very good with the bat, falling for 1. Sanjida Islam demoted to number 4, but that paid dividends. 32 not out. Chased well. 37 balls. Got good support by Ritu Moni. There were a couple of alarm bells along the way, but Bangladesh getting over the line with 9 balls to spare and getting to the final. We're nearly ready for the post-match presentation. We're going to send you down to Isabel Joyce.
Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation for the ICC Women's World T20 Qualifier 2019 semi-final. With me I have Graham LeBroy, the match referee, to present the player of the match, and it's Sanjida Islam for her 32 not out. Sanjida Islam. Sanjida. Well, what an innings under pressure. What were you thinking when you were with Ritu Moni in the middle?
I thinking this. I played previous my best batting. That's I remind, and I just thinking like that. I can.
And had you decided in that 18th over when the off spinner came on that that was when you were going to try and win the game?
Yeah. Because winds were going there, so I tried to bigger hit and try to for boundary.
And what does it mean to Bangladesh to get to another World Cup?
Yeah, this we always look for World Cup play that we are best. Then now we are target for next time. We are inshallah we are not playing in qualify. We played well in World Cup.
Okay, well, congratulations on a fantastic knock. Well done. Congratulations, Bangladesh. And back to Niall in the box.
Thanks, Isabel. Good win for Bangladesh. Nice hearing from the skippers. Well, preparation underway for semi-final number 2. Another crackerjack game. Papua New Guinea going to take on Thailand. 2 superb sides fighting it out for a chance to play Bangladesh in the final, but more importantly, a chance to get to the World Cup in Australia. Some of the moments. Kim Garth started really well with the ball. Ball a good spell. This is a good catch. Emma Richardson over her left shoulder. Never easy. Watch the ball hard on into the hands. Kim Barth was very, very good today with the ball. And she's been all tournament, to be fair. Wonderful bowler for Ireland. This is a good catch. Never, never easy. Over your left shoulder. Safely pouched. Some of Ireland's youngsters really stood up today. McMahon was good. Big LB shout. Fairly adjacent. Just nipping one back through the gate. Umpire answering in the affirmative. And Leah Paul, well, she was brilliant at backward point today. This ball was hit fairly hard. In the bread basket it goes. Good celebration. At this stage, Ireland were really in the game. Big moment. Mary Waldron diving away to her right. Superb catch off the very impressive Prendergast, who I thought bowled superbly well today. Shauna Kavanagh affecting a run out. Excellent in the field. Leah Paul just whipping the bails off, and Ireland were back in the game. The game ebbed and flowed. Emma Richardson came on for off spin. Another run out. Leah Paul at backward point. Linda, little underarm, direct hit. Well, the dive came in, all in vain. The moment of truth for Ireland. The moment of despair, but look at the scenes. Bangladesh, victors, and deserve it so. They've been the best team all tournament. Truth be told, they'll progress. After a day off tomorrow, a day to rest and recuperate, they'll be in the final on Saturday. They'll also be in Australia next year, taking on the world's best. Wonderful, wonderful scenes. That's why these women play the game of cricket. This is what you play for. Victories and a little bit of showboating as well. So Bangladesh winning, progressing to the final. as I mentioned, ground staff getting ready for the second semi. We'll have that 1 p.m. GMT, 2 p.m. local. Papua New Guinea against Thailand. Join us for semi-final number 2. It should be a cracker. See you then.